So, good afternoon. My name is Richard. This is over and over and over again. Of course, it is North London Derby Day. Tottenham versus Arsenal from the Tottenham Hotspur Toilet Bowl. And it is going to be quite a tense afternoon, isn't it? We have got everything coming up for you. All the action, all the match commentary. It's coming up the other side of this. So, good afternoon. It is the North London Derby. It is going to be a great afternoon, I am sure. And, of course, where else can we start other than with the team lineup? Much anticipated team, of course, from Arsenal with one or two players missing, as we know. So, this is the team lineup. And it's our Arsenal lineup for this game. In goal, it is David Raya. The back four, Ben White, Gabriel, William Saliba and Juran Timber. In midfield, Thomas Partey, Jorginho. We think it's going to be Leandro Trossard. And then the front three, Bukayo Saka, Gabriel Martinelli, and Kai Havertz. So there is the team there. Jorginho and Trossard coming in for Rice and Ødegaard. On the bench then for Arsenal. Wow, this is an incredible bench, isn't it? We've got goalkeeper Neta, of course. We've got Jacob Kiwior. We've got Arden Heaven, Ismail Cabos, Ethan Nweri, Maldini, Correri, Miles, Lewis, Skelly, Raheem Sterling and Gabriel Jesus. We are playing a North London derby away with a load of academy players on the bench. Well, the Tottenham lineup then in goal it is Vicario. Their back four is Pedro Porro, Christian Romero, Mickey van der Ven and Destiny and Doggy. In midfield it is Rodrigo Bentancur, James Maddison and Dejan Kulusevski. And then their front three is Brennan Johnson, Dominic Solanke and Son Heung-min. Wow, what are we making of that Arsenal team? The first 11's not really a problem. The bench, though, wow, all them academy players that's never, ever going to get on. We've got two players on that bench who are likely to come on today. That's Raheem Sterling and Gabriel Jesus, which would be fair enough if we're chasing the game. If we're winning narrowly and we need to try and hold on, doesn't look good, does it? It does not look good. That bench, you know, he's had 5 years, this manager. He's had 5 years to build a squad, and this is what we're down to. Yeah, and you can say, oh, we've got injuries. We've got what? Marino's never even played a game. We've got Calafiori, who's played one game. They're injured. Okay, fair enough. But they're only squad players at the moment anyway. Obviously, Declan's suspended, and Martin Ødegaard's the only actual injury that we've got to our first team. And look at the bench that we've got. This is a squad that's cost nearly £700 million over 5 years to build. We've got rid of players who would walk onto that bench, wouldn't they? And this is what we're left with for a North London derby away from home. Wow. I mean, I'm absolutely shocked by the state of this bench today. No disrespect to those kids. I mean, they're great players, I'm sure, but they're never, ever going to get an opportunity under this manager. 5 years in, he's not bred anybody through, and he's not likely to. He's certainly not going to bring any of them on in this game, is he? Unless by some miracle we're 5-0 up. It's ridiculous going into a game like this important with a bench like that. Just wow. When I saw that team, not the starting 11's fair enough. It's a good starting 11. We know that. That bench, incredible. We've got Nathan with us. How you doing, Nathan? Good to see you, my friend. He says, things too. Are you going for 2-2? Okay, yeah, get your score predictions in, guys. I'll tell you, how you doing, my friend? He says, good afternoon, Richard, Nathan, Gregor, everyone in the chat. Yep, how you doing? Russ is with us as well. He says, evening, Richard, Terry, come on, you gunners, indeed. Nathan saying hi to Terry there. Greg says, afternoon all. I should still win today. I'm not confident. If we get one or two injuries in the game and we have to make some changes, we're in trouble. Terry says, who are we supporting today? Arsenal or Spurs, or are Spurs United? Well, we know who we're supporting today, as always. Terry's saying hello to Russ and Nathan. Yeah, come get your score predictions in there. Nathan's gone for a 2-2, which, yeah, I suppose that's a reasonable score prediction. When you think Tottenham are very open, we're likely to get some chances. And, yeah, let's see. Obviously, I think we'll win, obviously. I've got to predict us to win, haven't I, against Tottenham, regardless. I think it's going to be a tight game. I think we might just nick it, maybe 2-1. Let's say 2-1. But I'm certainly not confident. I've got to be honest. I am not confident at all. I don't really like the midfield. Trossard in midfield, is that really his best position? No, it's probably going to be a 2, isn't it, with Partey and Jorginho, and then you're going to have Trossard, Saka, and Martinelli playing sort of behind Kai Havertz. You'd imagine that's how we're going to line up, which, you know, I don't know. It's not really the first 11 that's my issue at all. The first 11's all right, isn't it? It's a decent team. It's just the bench. I'm just gobsmacked that after 5 years, this is the bench we've got for a North London derby. It's not like we've got an injury crisis. We haven't got 10 players missing, have we? We've got 3 missing, like first team players. I mean, we can't. I'm not counting Marino because he's not even played a game yet. So him being injured is irrelevant, really. But this, you know what I mean? After 5 years, this is a squad we've got with 2 or 3 players out. It's just not. It's not good enough, is it? If we are going to have any chance of closing that gap on Manchester City, this squad isn't good enough. The first 11, first 12, first 15, yeah, maybe okay, fair enough. But beyond that, no, sorry. The squad is just in bits. The squad is in bits. Anyway, Phil says, I'm assuming you mean very disappointing. It looks like you might be writing in Polish, but I'll get what you mean, my friend. Wow. So he says, supporting Arsenal 2-1, Spurs 1-2, or Spurs United, the score is 3. We're transfer window. Yeah, I mean, the transfer window is a problem, wasn't it? You know, we got rid of some players that you could say we're not going to be playing much. I mean, you sent Vieira out on loan. Been perfect game for him today, wouldn't it? You know, filling in for not just today, but going forward over the next however long Odegaard's out for. And we've sent him out on loan. Wow. Greg says, yeah, that's the problem, giving Arteta a new contract. Yeah, exactly. For me, you give him a new contract when he's actually achieved something, won a trophy. You know, that's when you reward him. It's almost like rewarding failure. And people say, oh, well, you know, we've taken Man City to the last game, blah, blah, blah. Yes, we did take Man City to the last game, but we still come up short. We've come up short every single season under Mikel Arteta for whatever we've been chasing, whatever the aim has been, whether it was a Champions League back in 2022, we came up short. The title the last 2 years, we came up short. The Europa League the season before, we lost in the semi-final, came up short. And this has been the story, hasn't it, of Mikel Arteta's reign, coming up short. And the only way we're going to improve that or change that is either, one, we get a manager in who can get the team over the line, or we build a squad of a better depth in squad that we can then challenge Man City. And we haven't got it. You can clearly see we haven't. Russ says, this selection worries me. Yes, it worries me. I've got to be honest, it worries me. And I'm not even blaming the injuries because we've got 2 first-team players missing, 2 players that are playing the first team. That's it, 2. Look at the bench. Look at the bench. It is what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of our bench are academy players. And yes, we love academy players. We want them to be given opportunities. Of course we do. But if that's all we've got to put on the bench, 5 academy players in a North London derby away from home at the start of a season, it's not like we're halfway through a season. We've got to rest players for Champions League games and whatever. No. Anyway, we have kicked off. Arsenal attacking at their goal to our right. We're playing in the black, horrible Africa kit. We've got a corner very early on here. First time Arsenal have had to wear a change strip away at Tottenham since 1986. Wow, incredible. Not that that's an excuse, makes no difference whatsoever, does it? It makes absolutely no difference whatsoever what kit we wear. We're not going to go down the Man United route that year from Southampton when they changed kit at half-time because they were losing, blamed it on the kit. We can't blame anything here. What I blame is lack of depth in the squad is what I'm blaming, regardless of the result of this game. You know, we do have a corner in the first minute here at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. It is in front of the Tottenham fans. Bukayo Saka with it on his near side, goes in towards the near post. It's headed away quite easily there by Destiny Ndogi, I think it was. Arsenal put the ball back in towards the box again, but it was, I think it was Heung-min Son there actually back defending for Tottenham, and they do get the ball clear into the Arsenal half. William Saliba's in possession. Terry says, plus we chucked 18 FA Cups and Carabao Cups. Well, yeah, exactly. Now, I'm not saying, you know, I've had a few conversations with Arsenal fans about, you know, winning the Carabao Cup, or what would you rather do? Finish second in the league, take Man City to the last day, or win the Carabao Cup and finish 4th? I'd rather win the Carabao Cup and finish 4th, if I'm honest, because we're still in the end result's the same. We're still in the Champions League, and you've got a trophy. Better season for me. It's a better season. Finishing second is. I can't see what the point of finishing second is. You know, if you're not going to win the league, you might as well come third or fourth. It makes no difference. Let's try and this season. I want to see us stay in the competitions, the domestic cup competitions, for as long as we can, and give it a really good go, like historically we've always done. And then if we can't win the league, then at least we've got a cup competition as backup. If you get yourself out in the cups early, you've then got to win the league. You've got to, otherwise you failed. And Arteta's making a bit of a habit of this, and it's not quite enough, is it? Anyway, Tottenham in possession on this near side with Ndogi running forward on this near side. He's a very good player, isn't he? Son now dropping deep, switches the play over to that far side to Kulusevski, I think it was. Now it's with Christian Romero, plays the ball out. Sorry, it was with Bentancur, plays the ball out to that far side. Terry says, but Richard finishing fourth means we're not first losers. No, well, we're still losers, though, aren't we? Anyway, Tottenham coming forward again over on that far side. Oh, ball whipped in. Goes all the way to Son on this near side. He keeps it in. Trying to win the corner for Tottenham up against Ben White. Son's done quite well, actually. Still in possession and keeps possession for Tottenham. He did really well, actually, there. Johnny says, if we lose, then, oh, my God, yes. I mean, it's only one game. Let's not get carried away early in the season. But yes, I agree. If we lose this game today, then with the squad that we've built, I worry. Anyway, Havertz now for Arsenal on this near side, looking to switch the play over to that far side. It's not a very good ball at all. And then it's a foul conceded by Gabriel Martinelli. 3.5 minutes played, still 0-0. Nothing really to tell you about in terms of the game as yet. The biggest story for me is it's Arsenal Academy on the bench for a game of this importance. We've got Man City next week. We've got obviously we've got a Champions League game. We've got Man City next week, and if this is the squad we take to Man City, God help us. Honestly, quite honestly, God help us if this is the squad that goes to Man City. We might get away with it today because it's Tottenham, and Tottenham just aren't a problem. Man City next week's a different kettle of fish, isn't it? If this is all we've got for next week, well, I worry. We lost 5-0, didn't we, a couple of years ago? Anyway, Tottenham coming forward again on this near side. And Ndogi finds Son, who seems to be playing on his left-hand side for Tottenham in their front three, with Dominic Solanke through the middle. Their new signing, of course, from Bournemouth. Linked to Arsenal, wasn't he, Dominic Solanke, last season? Had a really good season for Bournemouth, didn't he? One of the top scorers in the Premier League. Tottenham coming forward again early on here. Oh, this is really nice play on the near side. Son inside the box, pulls it back. Oh, and a shot at the near post. Good save from David Raya. Down quickly there to his right-hand side. And it was a smart save. That was a good attack from Tottenham, actually. Son heavily involved, of course, as you would expect. Dominic Solanke, it was as well. And then the shot came in from, was it Kulusevski? Got the shot away. I think it was Kulusevski. And it was a good save, actually, from David Raya. It needed to be. Johnny says, where is Nwaneri? He's on the bench. Where he's on the bench. Along with half the other academy team. Anyway, it's a corner to Tottenham now. Their first corner over on this near side. Comes into towards the edge of the 6-yard box. David Raya's there. No problem at all. Comfortably plucks it out of the air in his purple kit. And now he's trying to get the ball forward there with the pace of Martinelli, but he wasn't able to. And the ball goes back to Vicario in a Tottenham goal. That's a good clearance, actually. And that's a decent ball as well. Pinged in towards Dominic Solanke, does well. And Tottenham keeping possession. Terry says, by 6 p.m. this time next week, our winning the Premier League title could be over. Absolutely. Absolutely, it could be, yeah. Nathan says, a bit of a passive start. Yes, indeed, it is a passive start. And Saka's had to do some defending there. He's probably going to have to do quite a bit of defending, Bukayo Saka, in this game, you feel. We haven't really got a midfield, have we? Anyway, James Maddison there and Mikel Arteta came a little bit of a meeting between the two there. It's all friendly stuff. And Tottenham got a throw, which they've taken quickly. Maddison has now got the ball, spreads the ball wide over to that far side. And Tottenham are coming forward again. This is nice play again from Tottenham over on that far side. They've won another corner. Martinelli this time having to come back and do some defending. And Arsenal's wide players are being forced back very early in this game. We've played 6.5 minutes. It is still 0-0. Tottenham have probably been the better team so far. And they've got their second corner, which is in front of those Arsenal fans over on that far side behind the goal. We've won here, of course, the last 2 seasons. Corner comes in, headed away at the near post. Arsenal don't really get it clear. And the ball's going to get recycled back into the air. It's whipped into the near post. Reyes had to parry it again. Another good save from the Arsenal goalkeeper. Then Thomas Partey's been fouled. And that is 2 good saves in the first 7 minutes there from David Raya. And that was, he didn't have a lot of time to react to that one. It was a good ball played back in, actually, drilled in. Difficult ball to defend it was. It was flicked on and he had to stretch there, Raya. That's his second decent save early on in this game. Terry says nearly by far our best left back. Well, he seems to be. We've lost the ball again. We're putting ourselves under pressure. Tottenham winning the midfield battle. Not surprising. Now inside the box, it's an opportunity for Tottenham. Shot comes in. Well blocked actually there. I think it was Gabriel. I think it was Kulishevsky there with the shot. Kulishevsky is a very, very good player, but Arsenal creating their own problems there. But we are trying to come forward now on that far side with Gabriel Martinelli can finally get forward a little bit, but he's forced back again. And Arsenal just looking to try and get a little bit of possession of the ball because we haven't had too much of it in these first 8 minutes. But this is a better ball looking up for Saka on this near side. Doesn't quite find him, but we do pick it up again. And Jorginho does find Saka. He's going to miss that link up, isn't he, with Martin Ødegaard. But Ben White's played him through. Saka puts a cross in towards the far post. Cleared away there by Porro, I think it was. But Arsenal still in possession. Timber finds Martinelli, but he's tackled there by Porro again. And that's gone out for a throw to Tottenham. It's been a positive start from the home team. Tottenham haven't beaten us in any of the last 5 meetings, I think it is, since that 3-0 defeat here towards the end of the 2022-2023 season. That pretty much said goodbye to our Champions League hopes that particular season, didn't it? That was the last time Tottenham beat us, of course. We won here the last 2 seasons since then. And we've had a win and a draw at the Emirates as well in that same time period. Anyway, Tottenham coming forward again. Son on this near side having a run at Ben White. Ben White just managed to deflect that pass, but it does fall to a Tottenham player again. Bentancur it was, and that's back with Son. Tottenham have started this game really, really positively. And Arsenal on the back foot. The ball is being played in front of the Arsenal penalty at the moment. That's a nice turn though from Son again. He's gone around a couple of challenges there. Thomas Partey steps in, but Tottenham still keep possession. James Maddison now. Oh, I don't know what happened there. I seem to disappear. Sorry about that. I do apologise. I'm back now anyway. Son has just gone down. It's going to be a free kick. The referee, by the way, is Jared Gillett, who doesn't wear any sleeves on his jackets, obviously. But anyway, it was Ben White there with the foul. It is going to be a free kick to Tottenham. We've played just over 10 minutes. And this is an opportunity for Tottenham to test their defence again. And it's a free kick just on this near side. It's about, 5 yards in from the touchline. It's just about in line with a penalty, a little bit further back. And it's going to be James Maddison with his set piece for Tottenham. Bentancur comes across for a short one, but Maddison waves him away. And he's going to whip this one in with his right foot. James Maddison, Son telling him to just call it, wait for maybe for the referee's whistle. Anyway, Maddison now with this free kick plays it in towards the penalty spot. It wasn't a great ball, actually. Arsenal do clear it away. And that was a waste for Tottenham, actually. They had a good opportunity to get the ball into the box, put us under some pressure there, and it was a really poor set piece. But Arsenal there want to throw on the near side right in front of Ange Postecoglou, who's just on the edge of his technical area. It's going to be Ben White to take this. In fact, Ben White's forced back by the referee towards the halfway line to take this throw. Arsenal in the black Lynx Africa kit, which is slightly strange in a North London derby, isn't it? But anyway, there you go. Anyway, David Raya now gets the ball, kicks it long up this near side. It's going to go out, is it? No, it's not. It's flicked on by Kai Havertz, but Destiny in doggies there for Spurs. Plays it back to goalkeeper Vicario, who's all in yellow, the Tottenham goalkeeper, away to our right-hand side. And Mickey van der Ven plays it across to Christian Romero. Tottenham just slowing the play down a little bit. It's been quite a frantic start, as you would expect on North London derby, so early in the season as well. And it's too early to whatever the result today, it's too early to read too much into it for the season, isn't it? But obviously, it's an important game, and whoever wins this game is going to be on a real high, aren't they, going into this next block of fixtures, which is going to be a difficult block for us, isn't it? Angie's well, how you doing? It's good to see you. Hope you're doing well. It was Brendan Johnson there that was fouled by Johan Timber. He's made 2 or 3 fouls actually so far in this game. Timber, bit keen, isn't he, to make an impression in his first North London derby. And Tottenham coming forward now. Son, of course, has played in many of these games, hasn't he, over the years? Scored quite a lot of goals as well, hasn't he, against us? Of course, him and Harry Kane always seem to pop up one, didn't they? And even since Harry Kane's gone, Son still scored a couple of goals against us, hasn't he? Got one here, of course, last season, a penalty, if you remember, in that game. We were 3-0 up at half-time, cruising, it seemed, and then we made it difficult for ourselves, didn't we? Tottenham scored twice in the second half, and we were hanging on a little bit towards the end, wasn't we? But yeah, we got the 3 points. Of course, the year before was a really good 2-0 victory. In fact, we haven't scored in the second half on this ground, I don't think, actually, ever, in all the seasons that we've played here. All the goals that we have scored here have come in the first half. So maybe today that might change. But anyway, Arsenal got a free kick. William Saliba, or has Tottenham got a free kick? No, it is Arsenal's free kick. William Saliba was fouled there. And it is going to be Ben White to take it on his near side, just about on halfway, just 5-10 yards inside the Arsenal half. Goes back to William Saliba, and he goes back to David Raya. David Raya now plays it short into Thomas Partey. Arsenal just trying to play it around at the back. Thomas Partey again plays it back to the goalkeeper, David Raya. 14 minutes almost on the clock here. David Raya tried to go short. It would have been cut out. Arsenal being pressed here quite high up the pitch by Tottenham. Arsenal trying to play their way through the block. We've given it away. There's a chance here for Tottenham inside the penalty area. Got away with that one there. And it was a good tackle actually in the box in the end. I think it might well have been William Saliba. And Arsenal gave the ball away in a dangerous area. It was Dominic Solanke. It was Arsenal was put under pressure and we panicked and we gave it away. And Solanke could have maybe hit that first time. And looking back, I'm sure he wishes he had done. In the end, he was closed down quickly by Williams. He needed to hit that there, didn't he? And he didn't. And William Saliba just took it off his toe. And now Arsenal suddenly coming forward over on the far side. It is Timber quite far forward, puts a cross into the edge of the 6-yard box, headed away there by Destiny and Doggy, and then cleared away by Porro. And Arsenal really are having some difficulties here in this game. And it's just a free kick there. William Saliba conceded. And William Saliba's got a yellow card. Is that because he picked up the ball after the free kick had been given? That's controversial, isn't it? After what happened to Declan Rice, of course, in our last game against Brighton. But he's got a yellow card, William Saliba, there after, 15 minutes? That's a very early yellow card, isn't it? Russ says, no ref agenda against Arsenal. I mean, to be honest with you, what he did there was stupid, wasn't it? The free kick had already been given. He didn't need to do it. And if you're going to do stupid things like that and get a yellow card, you've got no one to blame but yourself. But it's going to be interesting now to see, now he's on a yellow card, what he's allowed to get away with or not get away with, shall we say, for a possible second yellow. But to me, William Saliba was silly there. Silly. There was no need to do that. Just put the ball down and get back in your position. The free kick's been given. He was stupid. I mean, iPod Albert there's having a word with a fourth official. Not quite sure why, but anyway, it is what it is. But now he's been booked, Saliba. He's really going to have to be careful, isn't he? And we'll see if there is this agenda. If the first little thing he does, Saliba gets a second yellow, we'd have to start questioning it, wouldn't we? I don't believe there's actually a referee agenda against Arsenal. I just think the referees are just bad. They're just bad. And I suppose, the teams at the top, sometimes it looks like they get more decisions go against them at times. But anyway, so let's see what happens now he's been booked, shall we? Because he is going to have to be careful. There's no doubt about that. Anyway, Arsenal have got a free kick midway inside our own half, which Gabriel is going to take, goes long up that far side. Gabriel Martinelli, Timber keeps the ball in, finds Trossard. Not seen much of Trossard so far in a much deeper role for him. He's more in a now natural position on that far left wing. But he's crowded out a little bit. He does manage to find Timber inside the box. So Timber's done well. Timber fires in a shot. It's blocked by Christian Romero. And Arsenal now back in possession. William Saliba does well. In fact, he runs into a little bit of trouble, loses the ball, but he has actually won a free kick. He was put under pressure there from Dejan Kulusevski. And it is going to be a free kick to Arsenal just inside the Tottenham half. 17 minutes played. We took it quickly over on that far side. Gabriel Martinelli goes around the outside. It's a good run. What's the cross like? It's not bad. It's not bad at all. Havertz, good save from Vicario there. Havertz, his header, he did score what proved to be the winning goal with a header here last season. And that was also at that end of the stadium. That was good play there from Gabriel Martinelli, and a decent cross actually as well with his left foot. And Kai Havertz's header was good actually, but it was a decent save away to his right-hand side. And in fact, the defender there almost got in his way, Christian Romero, but he did well, the goalkeeper for Tottenham. And that's our best moment so far of this game, our first effort on target. And Tottenham now coming forward themselves over on that far side. It's been quite an open start to the game, actually, hasn't it? It's got a bit of an ebb and flow to it. Every time Tottenham have possession in our half, we get everyone behind the ball. Son's done really well there. Gets past Ben White. Can he get across in? No, he can't because he was crowded out. Bukayo Saka came across to help. But it's Ndogi now finds Son again. Son's had a good start to this game, you have to say. Now it's with James Maddison. Plays it square to Romero. He scored against us as well last season, didn't he? The big Argentine. Was that the season before? He always seems to score against us, Romero. Anyway, there was a bit of a tussle on the edge of the box, and Arsenal come away with the ball. Tottenham claiming a free kick. And Martinelli now over on that far side does well. Keeps possession. That ball's played through to Trossard. Now Martinelli's throw on that far side. Saka's in the middle. Is this going to be 1-0? Oh, he went for the shot instead. Saka was on. Would have been an open goal for Saka. He's gone for the shot, Martinelli. The wrong option. It was a good break actually over on that far side. That was the wrong option there from Martinelli. He had to play that across to Saka, who would have had a tap in. Instead, he's gone for goal, and Vicario saved it. Russ says there, Martinelli isn't clinical. He's been the same for 18 months. No, you're right. Absolutely. He's not clinical. You're not confident, are you, when he runs through? I don't think he should have tried the shot then. I think the ball across the box to Saka was the right option. And that's the one he should have played. And if he did, it's probably 1-0. And he took the wrong option. The shot was saved. And yes, he's not clinical enough. And also he doesn't make the right decisions in those positions often enough. But anyway, and says got some nearlies. Yeah, we've had a couple of nearlies now, haven't we? We're starting to grow into the game a little bit. Anyway, Ndogi on this near side for Tottenham plays it back to Bentancur. Now it's with Mickey van der Ven and finds Christian Romero. Tottenham just having some possession now just inside the Arsenal half. Maybe those couple of Arsenal chances there. Tottenham just trying to regroup a little bit. They're coming forward now over on that far side. Porro plays it back. And now it's with James Maddison wearing the number 10, playing in that number 10 position. Now we've got the ball again. A bit deeper now, James Maddison, former Leicester player, of course, someone that Arsenal have been interested in over the years. Anyway, Tottenham now over on that far side, coming forward towards the edge of the box. Arsenal defend that pretty well, but Tottenham have kept possession. They're trying to build an attack over on that far side, looking to try and get the ball into the box. There's not really anybody in there other than Dominic Solanke at the moment. Son's hovering on this near side in a little bit of space. But, this is good play actually, just on the edge of the box. A cross comes in, it's deflected. It's going to go into the arms of David Raya. In fact, the ball almost ends up in the net there, but Dominic Solanke clearly fouled the Arsenal goalkeeper. He did manage to keep the ball out anyway. The ball was looping in the air. I mean, Solanke's got a right to go for it, but it was a foul. He's got his arm across him. In fact, it might well have crossed the line, but anyway, it wouldn't have counted. I suppose he's got a right to go for that, hasn't he, Solanke? Ball's in the air, but it was a bit of a clumsy challenge on David Raya, who's done well again, actually. He's had a decent start to this game, hasn't he? The Arsenal goalkeeper, which is good. Nathan says, can't get out at all. Well, no, I mean, we've had probably the two clearest chances, haven't we? The Havertz header and the Martinelli effort very close together there. They're probably the two best opportunities of the game, but Tottenham obviously have much more possession. Terry says, give Nelly a break. That wasn't a bad effort from a left back. Well, no, that's true. He does play a lot at the left back. I mean, Timber's been bombing forward as well. They've also managed to get a corner now on this near side again. They're just showing that Martinelli chance. It was a lovely ball, actually, from Trossard there that opened up that Tottenham defence. Lovely little ball round the corner. It was a good first touch from Martinelli, but there he's just got to roll it across. And he tried the shot. He's looked up. He tried to curl it in that far corner, didn't he? Thierry Henry-esque finish, but he didn't get it right at all. And Arteta's frustration shows there. He knows that was a big chance. We've got another chance there. It's a corner, which we've been quite good at, haven't we, in the last year or two? And it's going to be Saka with it from this near side. A lot of movement inside the box. The corner comes in and goalkeeper Vicario punches it out. Trossard's on the volley. Oh, it bobbles around the box and Ben White, I think it is, shuffles it out to Saka, gets the cross in again. Header comes in at the far post, and that's a more comfortable save there from Vicario. I think that might have been Kai Havertz again. And there was Trossard had a big effort there, actually, which produced a block. Arsenal struggling to deal with this long ball forward, actually. But we do manage to just get it away. Good defending again from William Saliba, who's having a good game at the back for Arsenal. Jorginho now with the ball. Plays it out to that far side to Timber. Touches it in to Thomas Partey. Arsenal have been overrunning midfield a little bit in this the opening half of this first half. But we have created the two biggest opportunities to take the lead. So it could be worse, couldn't it? Let's be honest, it could be worse. Anyway, Arsenal in possession now with Thomas Partey. Plays the ball forward to Kai Havertz, who's dropped deep. Touches it off to Leandro Trossard. Now he plays out this near side to Ben White, and he doesn't get it under control. And Arsenal are looking a little bit sloppy at times. It's gone out for a throw on this near side to Tottenham. 24 minutes played here at the Tottenham Hotspur Toilet Bowl. It is Tottenham 0, Arsenal 0. And although Tottenham have had the majority of the possession, Arsenal have had the two best chances with Havertz's header and Martinelli's effort as well, both saved by Vicario. David Ray made a good save as well, didn't he, actually, earlier on in this game. Tottenham taking that free kick quickly over on that far side to Brennan Johnson, who's sort of done well to keep it in. And Tottenham have kept possession. Bentancur now in midfield, plays it forward, gets it back again off James Maddison, who wants the ball back again. And he's got it now. Finds Mickey van der Ven and plays out this near side to Heung-min Son. He's got Saka in front of him, the two number 7s. Instead of putting in the box, he finds James Maddison again, and he goes square to Bentancur, who's had a decent game so far for Tottenham in midfield. He's on the ball again, the Uruguayan. Finds Mickey van der Ven. Now it's with James Maddison again. Arsenal looking very solid ahead of Tottenham. We're making it difficult for them to find that ball that they need, the killer ball which they're looking for. They might get it now though. Kulusevski just touches it off, and good clearance away there by Timber. Does defend that well. And Tottenham now trying to create some opening here. Arsenal looking to keep our shape. Porro now plays it up that far side to Brennan Johnson, plays it forward. This is good from Tottenham. The ball into the near post, and good save. Well, not really a save. It was a take there from the goalkeeper at the near post. Read that well, actually. And Arsenal have given it away in midfield. And then Doggy's coming forward for Tottenham. And they're looking threatening again. Kulusevski now it's with Doggy inside the box. Oh, and that was a great block there. It might well have been offside, but it was a great tackle. I think that was William Saliba again. But Arsenal created that problem ourselves by giving the ball away, which we've done so again. We just can't get about half at a minute. This is a good spell from Tottenham. And Kulusevski tried to get it out to Son over on that far side. Again, it was good defending from Arsenal. And Saka's gone down. And it is going to be a yellow card for, I don't know which Tottenham player it was that fouled Saka. It was Ndoggy, actually. Maybe a little bit frustrated after missing that opportunity just a few moments ago. And yeah, it was a bit of a late one there on Saka by Ndoggy there, then Doggy. And he's got himself a yellow card as well. So that's one yellow card each after 26 minutes. He's been quite tame in that sense for a North London derby, hasn't it? When some of the red cards we've seen over the years. But there's been 2 yellow cards so far, 26 and a half minutes played. And then Doggy there had a little bit of a chance, didn't he, for Tottenham there. I don't think he was quite expecting to get the ball back inside the box, and suddenly he didn't again. Arsenal giving it away in a very dangerous area, and it's a good tackle on the edge of the box again there, which was by is that William Saliba again? It is. He's having a brilliant game, isn't he? William Saliba at the back for Arsenal. He did come forward again. Arsenal giving it away. Trossard, and we're just not keeping the ball particularly well at all in this first half. That's a ball into space up this near side for Heung-min Son, who's going to keep this in. And Tottenham looking for the breakthrough now. They're having a good spell, Tottenham here. That's a cross dinked up towards the far post. Header comes in. Oh, it looped over David Raya, and he had to scramble across. It was Dominic Solanke with the header. And David Raya, has he got a touch to that to push it round the post? Looked like that was just going to dip in, doesn't it? Really did. It's a good cross from James Maddison. A decent header, actually. Well, I don't think the goalkeeper, David Raya, did get a touch on that. He may well have been offside, actually, at the far post, Solanke. Oh, he didn't get a touch, Raya. And we got away with one there again. Wow, incredible. Header just wide from Solanke. Terry says, not liking some of our last-ditch tackles. We're making Spurs look good. Yeah, we're making last-ditch tackles because we're making mistakes. And we're giving the ball away. And we're forcing into those last-ditch tackles, aren't we? Absolutely, we've made a few. I mean, William Saliba's done some great ones, actually. But yeah, it shouldn't be getting to that point, should it? We should be defending better. We should be keeping the ball better, and we're not. We're putting ourselves under pressure unnecessarily. And it's a very disjointed Arsenal performance so far. But we have had some chances. And we knew we'd get chances against Tottenham. The way that they set their team up, we knew there'd be chances. We've had 2 or 3, but we've struggled at times as well to really, to dominate the possession as much as we normally do, as much as we're used to doing. And I say Tottenham have maybe just had the edge in midfield, but we're trying to come forward again. That's flicked on by Kai Havertz. This is good. Martinelli on the edge of the box tries to play it back into Havertz. Wasn't a great ball, actually, but Trossard's going to pick it up, and now he loses possession, and Tottenham can try on the counter-attack with Romero. And Tottenham are coming forward again over on that far side. Kulusevski finds at Brennan Johnson. And every time Arsenal lose the ball, Tottenham are trying to come up the pitch quickly. Son now on this near side. Again, he's faced with Ben White. Looking for the give and go there with James Maddison, but Maddison didn't give him the ball back and found Bentancur instead. And Tottenham again have just slowed it down, just playing in front of the Arsenal defensive line. Maddison now finds in dodgy, plays it down this line to Son, gets it back again. The Italian now plays it back to Van der Ven. Now it's with Romero, who was looking for some movement ahead of him, didn't find it, but now that's a good ball action up that far side to Brennan Johnson, touches it in field. This is good from Tottenham. A cross comes in. Oh, and it was Solanke trying to get on the end of it. He couldn't quite do, but Son's going to keep this in on the near side. Again, Ben White's across there. Son plays it to the edge of the box. This is good from Tottenham. James Maddison inside the penalty area. Shows good feet. Plays it out to Son, who's basically playing on the left wing now. It's across towards the far post, but it's over hit. He's gone behind it. It's going to be a goal kick. Brennan Johnson was trying to come in round the back, but it wasn't a great cross, actually, from Son. But just before that, it was a dangerous moment there when James Maddison was inside the penalty area. Showed some good feet there, but he couldn't quite get a shot away. And was Timber holding Brennan Johnson back there? There wasn't really much in it, was there? Can't see that being given as a penalty. In fact, it isn't. I don't know if they even checked it. Would have been the softest penalty on earth, wouldn't it? And it is a goal kick to Arsenal. We played half an hour. It's been a strange game in many ways, isn't it? Arsenal not playing particularly well, but yet we could be 2-0 up. And that's sometimes the way football goes, isn't it? Anyway, the England interim manager Lee Carsley is in the stand today. Who is he keeping an eye on? Is it James Maddison? Is it Ben White? Who knows? We shall see. There's not that many England players actually playing, is there? In this game, Arsenal have only got Bukayo Saka and Ben White, of course, and Ben White's probably not going to play for England anyway. And Tottenham have just got in their starting 11. I think James Maddison's the only one, isn't he? The only English player in their starting 11. And of course, Dominic Solanke, of course, as well. Anyway, it's another yellow card to Tottenham. It's Bentancur there for pretty much 2 fouls on Kai Havertz. 1 wasn't enough. He did 2, and he's got himself a yellow card as well. Rodrigo Bentancur. And it's 2 yellow cards to Tottenham. and 1-2 Arsenal. And he says, miss my captain. Yeah, Declan Rice, I miss him as well. He's only suspended for 1 game though. So hopefully he should be back, shouldn't he, next week. But we shall see. Anyway, and Postecoglou is looking on from the side, looking slightly concerned. It's an Arsenal free kick. Ben White finds Bukayo Saka, manages to thread that ball up the line. This near side to Kai Havertz. Saka again plays it back to Ben White, lines up across. In fact, it's a crossfield ball. It's a good ball as well to Martinelli, just inside the Tottenham penalty on that far side. He's got 2 Tottenham defenders in front of him, so plays it back to Juan Timber. Tries to go around the outside. Martinelli again. This time, can he get across him? Finds Timber. Timber inside the box. Can he pull it back? No, he can't, but it's going to be a corner to Arsenal. At times, Martinelli and Timber have linked up quite well, haven't they, on this over on that far side, Arsenal's left. But the final ball hasn't quite fallen for us yet. But it's a corner again to Arsenal. What's that, a 4th corner? Is it 3rd or 4th corner? This one's going to be over on that far side, Arsenal's left. And can we get a better ball in? Some of our corners haven't been great, have they, in this game so far? Let's see if this one's going to be any better. From that far side in towards the near post. Oh, Vicario came and didn't really get much on it. He's got away with that there, actually, the Tottenham goalkeeper. He came to punch it, missed it completely, or did he get a slight touch on it? He's claiming he didn't. It's gone behind. Is it going to be another corner to Arsenal? It is. He did get a little touch on it there, didn't he? The Tottenham goalkeeper. He didn't really cover himself in a lot of glory there, did he? Came and didn't get much on it at all. Just got enough, though, maybe, to deflect it away. And it is another corner to Arsenal on this near side. 34 minutes almost on the clock. This is going to be Bukayo Saka with this corner. And the referee there is just speaking to Romero and Gabriel. Argentina against Brazil there. Those two obviously have got a little bit of history as well, not only in this fixture, but internationally as well. And they're still in close contact. You know, Arsenal got this corner. What's the delivery going to be like? It's played low into the near post. Really poor corner, actually, and it's cleared away by Tottenham all the way to David Raya. Plays it back up towards that far side. It's a good header, though, by, I think it was Kulusevski. Arsenal keeping possession. Leandro Trossard now twisting and turning, dinks the ball up that far side again to Martinelli. He's going to have a run inside the penalty area. Martinelli tries to go through 2 defenders, wasn't able to. And Kulusevski as well did a good defensive job there. The wide players for both teams having to sometimes drop deep, but Kulusevski slips over, almost lost the ball. In fact, he has lost the ball. Timber now, and the referee's actually given a free kick, and he's got his yellow card out as well. And it's a yellow card, and there's a bit of afters going on there behind the goal. Trossard's involved. Saliba gets himself involved. Jorginho's just speaking to the referee. And we finally have a little bit of fire in this derby. And the referee's already brought out a yellow card for, I believe it was for Timber, who's got himself booked as well there. A little bit overly aggressive there. Porro's gone down. I don't think the Tottenham players are very happy with that challenge. And then it's all kicked off. And Porro is still down. And the referee is getting some advice from VAR. Not quite sure what the advice is he's getting. The Tottenham fans are wanting a red card. There seemed to be a lot of afters happen there. Didn't really see exactly what it was. But the referee had already produced a yellow card. Porro's clearly not really that injured. What actually happened there? It was Timber came forward. Oh, he did stamp down on him, didn't he? Oh, that wasn't a great challenge actually there from Timber. You can understand why the Tottenham players aren't very happy. I don't think it's going to be overturned into a red card, but it wasn't a very nice challenge, was it? Wasn't a very nice challenge at all. And yeah, you can maybe understand the reaction there. You don't like to see that there. It was almost a stamping kind of action, wasn't it? And it wasn't a nice challenge at all, actually. You can see what he's trying to do. He's trying to kind of put his foot in front of the ball, isn't he? And Tottenham players' reaction wasn't great. And Timber's reaction actually wasn't great either when he's grabbed the Tottenham goalkeeper's shirt there. He's been a little bit fortunate, maybe, Timber, there, you know. He'd already just got himself booked. The referee had already produced a yellow card, and then he's got himself involved with the goalkeeper. Wow. Nathan says, I thought Timber had already been given the first yellow. No, he wasn't. In fact, Vicario has just been given a yellow card as well for his involvement in all of that. And yeah, he probably deserves it, actually, because he's the one who went into Timber's face. Yes, Timber reacted and he shouldn't have done. But anyway, I think we've probably got the right decisions there in the end. I think both of those two players definitely deserve the yellow card. Timber for the challenge and the goalkeeper for his reaction. And the game's finally kicked into life, hasn't it? It's been a little bit passive maybe in some ways, but actually when you look at the replay of that, he was on top of the ball, and I think Porro's made a lot of that. I mean, he did catch him, and he was over the ball, but it wasn't an over-the-top tackle, and I think yellow's the right decision there. It looked a bit nastier maybe when you saw it at full speed. It looked worse than what it was when it slowed down. Yeah, so I think we've got the right decisions there that time. I think the 2 yellow cards are probably about right. And Arsenal have now got a throw on this near side. So we get a little bit of stoppage time now, won't we, at the end of this first half after all of that carry on there. But the score remains at 0-0. And there could have been a goal or two for either side in this game, actually. Arsenal with the better chances, but Tottenham have had some moments of their own, haven't they? Coles does 1 or 2 moments. David Raya has had to produce a couple of saves as well. But anyway, it's a throw to Arsenal on this near side. Ben White is about to take it just inside the Tottenham half, about 10 yards inside the Tottenham half, in front of the Tottenham technical area. And he throws it back to William Saliba, and he goes back all the way to David Raya. The Arsenal goalkeeper goes long. It's flicked on by Kai Havertz to Bukayo Saka on this near side. But again, Tottenham deal with it. Mickey van der Ven was across. And he's put it out for a throw to Arsenal. Terry says that Liverpool player got sent off last season for exactly the same tackle. Yeah, actually, I remember that now. You mentioned it. It was a very similar tackle. You're right. But yeah, it was. Yeah, I would say you're probably right. It was. But I don't think that was a red card. It wasn't a red card then. It's not a red card now, is it? But yeah, it wasn't the best. It's not the best way to go into a tackle, is it? When you kind of putting your foot over the top of the ball and stamping down, it's risky. It is very risky, but I think in those circumstances, a yellow was right. It was the right decision. So well done to the referee. We've got, we criticize. We're quick to criticize them when they get things wrong, and they get things wrong quite a lot, as we know. But when they get things right, I think we should praise him. And he did, whether it was just him or the VAR helping him, I'm not sure. But anyway, they got the right decisions there. The 2 yellow cards were right. So well done. We're not too sure about the William Saliba one maybe earlier, but anyway, Vicario goes long, but Ben White heads that forward back in towards the Tottenham penalty area. And that's going to just run through for a corner. Is it Trossard there trying to get on the end of it? Leandro Trossard. And it is a corner to Arsenal. He did well there, Trossard, chasing that ball down. Chasing a lost cause, and he's won himself a corner. So well done, Leandro Trossard. And it's going to be a corner, though, which Bukayo Saka is going to take again on this near side. I'm not quite sure what James Maddison's done with his hair, actually. I think he's cut it himself. It's not very good, is it? Anyway, it is a corner to Arsenal. We're into the last 4.5 minutes at the end of this first half. There will be some stoppage time due to that little carry on there a few minutes ago. Anyway, I also got this corner. What's the delivery like this time? It's very deep, actually, to the far post. Martinelli trying to bring the ball down, but he's managed to keep it under control. He's wriggling through inside the area, Martinelli, but he can't get a good connection there. And then Doggy couldn't clear it away with his right foot either. And Martinelli's won it back. And Arsenal now looking to get a good finish to this first half. We have been forced back, but William Saliba will play it up this near side to Bukayo Saka. Took that ball well, Bukayo Saka. Cuts in field, plays a square ball, dinked into the box. It looked like it might have been an offside against Kai Havertz. Tottenham have put it behind. In fact, has it gone off the Arsenal player? And it's going to be a goal kick, is it? Or is it a free kick? Was he offside? I'm not sure. Anyway, Terry says that wasn't even a card 10 years ago. The only yellow you got was the sponge. Well, yeah, you're right, it wasn't. But football's changed, hasn't it? Unfortunately, sometimes, but not always for the better. But you're right, it wouldn't have been probably been a free kick, would it? A few years ago. But anyway, there you go. It was a free kick. It was a yellow card, and that's modern football for you. Anyway, it is a throw to Tottenham there. Van der Ven and Kai Havertz having a bit of a battle there, actually, wasn't it? Yeah, it's going to be a throw, which and Doggy's going to take for Tottenham on this near side. We are in to the last 2.5 minutes of normal time. At the end of the first half, Arsenal won the ball back. Ben White dinks it in towards a penalty. A good header away, though, by Van der Ven. Finds Jorginho, but he's lost the ball. And now Tottenham have got a chance of a counter-attack coming forward over on that far side. It's a good ball. And Tottenham inside the Arsenal penalty shot comes in. Good defending again. That was by Timber that time. He's gone behind for a corner. Brennan Johnson it was running into the box. And Jorginho lost possession there. And suddenly Tottenham had a break on. Good counter-attack it was as well. Brennan Johnson over on that far side, but the shot there was blocked by Timber. It's another corner to Tottenham in front of those Arsenal fans over on that far side behind this goal. Are we going to see a goal before half-time? This cross comes in towards the near post. Not a good corner, actually. Kai Havertz heads that away quite easily. James Maddison's going to pick this ball up, though. He's been forced away there. Some good defensive work from Martinelli again. And now the ball is back with Ndoggy. And there's a foul there by Jorginho. But Tottenham keep possession, so the ref plays on. Now James Maddison touches the ball off. Over on that far side, Tottenham trying to break down this Arsenal defence. But they're not able to. And again, Arsenal force Tottenham all the way back to goalkeeper Vicario midway inside the Tottenham half. Kai Havertz half closes him down, but that's a long kick up the pitch. Dominic Solanke does well, actually. But Kulusevski couldn't beat Duran Timber. And it's a throw to Tottenham over on that far side. We're into the last minute of the first half. There's going to be a couple of minutes of stoppage time, isn't there? Let's see what the referee's going to add on. Probably 2 or 3 minutes you expect, maybe 2. There hasn't been a lot of stoppages, just that one really, wasn't it? Tottenham in possession, though, just inside their own half. Mickey van der Ven inside the centre circle, plays out this near side to Son, who had a lively start, but not really seen much of the ball in the last 20 minutes, has he? He's got it now, though, plays it back to Van der Ven. Now Bentancur plays it out to that far side. Tottenham now trying to build an attack. Brennan Johnson plays it back in field to Bentancur. It's into the edge of the box to Son. Found a little bit of space on. He needed a runner, didn't he, outside? If he didn't get one, he's found Brennan Johnson. Tottenham do keep possession, though. Now it's with Bentancur. Now it's Mickey van der Ven. Now it's with Ndoggy on this near side. We've got about 3 minutes of stoppage time. Was that a foul on the edge of the box on James Maddison? Referee says no. Tottenham are fighting hard to win that ball back on the edge of the area. They've done so. There's a little bit of space over on that far side. Brennan Johnson shot over the crossbar. And it was a wrong option there for the Welshman there. Maybe he should have crossed that instead of a shot there. Tottenham did really well, actually, to force win the ball back. I think it was Kulusevski finds Brennan Johnson, and maybe a ball into the box might have been a better option for him. But he went for the shot instead. And it's gone high over the crossbar. And he knows that was the wrong decision there. And it's a goal kick to Arsenal. We've played 1 of the 3 minutes of stoppage time at the end of this first half. It's been I suppose, a fairly even first half, really. Tottenham have had maybe more of the possession. We've had probably the better chances, but both teams could have had a goal or two. But it is still 0-0. And we don't look as though we're going to get a breakthrough before half-time, do we? Anyway, there's a tackle there on Trossard. Arsenal pick the ball out. There's another foul there. The referee's going to get his yellow card out probably for the first foul, you would imagine. In fact, he might be getting it out for 2 for both fouls, actually. So there's a yellow card there. Not sure who that was. And there's 2 yellow cards there for Tottenham. Mickey van der Ven with the first one. Not sure who the second one was for. Was it Kulusevski? And the referee's given 2 yellow cards there to Tottenham for 2 fouls, one after the other. Son there as captain is now speaking to the referee. He pushed away his teammate Kulishevsky there. And Son is still in conversation with the referee. But it's going to be a free kick to Arsenal. And 2 yellow cards in quick succession there for Tottenham. And the first one there, it was, that's definitely a yellow card by Van der Ven on. See, the second one there is a little bit soft, actually, to be fair. Kulishevsky basically just put his hand on the back of Jorginho, went down. That one's a soft yellow. Mickey Van der Ven can have no complaints. He flew in on Trossard, and there's no doubt that was clearly a yellow card. But Kulishevsky, maybe a little bit hard done by. You can understand why his frustration there. That's one of the softest yellow cards you'll ever see, wasn't it? He just literally put his hand on his shoulder. Anyway, it is a free kick to Arsenal. That's the main thing. There's going to be a little bit more stoppage time added on there, isn't there? This is about midway inside the Tottenham half, just slightly over to this left-hand side. Saka is over it. Trossard is over it. And it's not opportunity to get the ball into the box, certainly. I'm not sure if we can really 2 miles too far out for a shot at goal, but a ball towards the edge of that, sort of between the penalty area and the penalty spot would be a good place to put this ball, wouldn't it? Trossard is, in fact, it does go towards that area, but it's headed more up by Gabriel, and Tottenham will clear it away. We have played the 3 minutes of stoppage time. There's going to be a bit more, though, isn't there, after that incident just a minute ago? But Timber's ball there is going to run all the way through to Vicario. That is probably going to be that. In fact, it is that half-time whistle has gone. It is half-time here at the Tottenham Hotspur Toilet Bowl. It is Tottenham 0, Arsenal 0. There's been chances at both ends. We could have seen some goals. We've seen a lot of yellow cards. As you would expect from a derby, there was one hot point incident, I suppose, wasn't there, with the Timber foul. But other than that, it's been fairly even. Tottenham, we'll get the possession stats in a minute, but I would imagine Tottenham probably slightly up on. Actually, should we have a look at the possession stats? Why not have a look at them? Because I'm pretty sure they'll be fairly even, but just maybe slightly in Tottenham's favour. So let's have a look at the. Where are we? The match stats. Here we are. Oh, actually, the possession 66% to Tottenham, 67 and 33 for Arsenal. A little bit more than I was thinking, but anyway, there's been 5 shots each. We've had 3 on target. Tottenham have had 1. They've had 2 shots off target, and there's been 2 shots blocked each. Total touches in the opposition box. Tottenham have had 12, and we've had 19, so we're slightly up on that. And goalkeeper saves. Tottenham's goalkeeper's made 3. Our goalkeeper's made 1. And we've had all those yellow cards, haven't we? So what are the yellow cards then? Actually, what I'll do is I'm going to make a note of these stats here. So we've had 3 shots on target. They've had 1. And that's 5 shots each. So we've had 2 off target. And they must have had 4, although it's saying 3 there. But anyway, there you go. And corners, we've had 5, and Tottenham have had 3. So that's the first half stats for you. Make of those what you will. What about the yellow cards? And should we go through? I can't remember them all now. So let's have a look, shall we? Have a look at the yellow cards. So Tottenham, you've got the goalkeeper, Vicario's got a yellow card. Ndoggy's got a yellow card. Van der Ven's got a yellow card. Bentancur's got a yellow card. Well, Tottenham have got a few, haven't they? And Kulishevsky's got a yellow card. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 yellow cards for Tottenham. And Arsenal, we've got Timber's got a yellow card, as we know. William Saliba got a yellow card, of course, as well. And that's it. So we've got 2, and Tottenham have got 5. There you go. So that is the story of that first half then. It's been pretty even. Not much to choose between the teams. And it is 0-0. Will we see a goal in the second half? Let's have a look and see. Terry says, that's all this game needs, the ref handing out all these yellow cards and tackling out the game. Yeah, I mean, there you go. You're right. Terry says, come on, hit that thumbs up button. Indeed, yeah, hit the thumbs up and we might see some goals in the second half. Who knows? Terry says, Raya 1 save. I can remember at least 3. Yeah, see, I thought he'd made at least 2 because there was that one. Was it? I can't remember. Quite early on in the game, wasn't it? When he dived away to his at the near post. Was it Kulishevsky's effort? and that was a good save, wasn't it? And I'm sure there was another save from a header as well. So I've counted 2, but apparently not. So there you go. They've only had 1 shot on target, Tottenham. So there you go. And yeah, we have had the clearer chances. There's no doubt. You know, the Martinelli one when he could have squared it. The Havertz header as well, which that was a good save, wasn't it, from Vicario? There's another save Vicario's made as well. So yeah, we've had the clearer chances, but Tottenham well ahead on possession. But as we've said before, it's not about possession of football, is it? It's about what you make of that possession and how many efforts at goal you can create and how many goals you can score. And we've just about shaded it, haven't we, on chances, certainly. But yeah, I mean, the game could go either way, let's be honest. My only concern is the same concern that I had at the start, and that is, who have we got on the bench to come on and change this game? Really? Raheem Sterling, Gabriel Jesus, that's it. And I'm not 100% convinced that either of those can come on and change the game, if I'm honest. Look at Tottenham's bench. Yeah, I mean, okay, they're not exactly overstacked with quality players that can come on and change the game. Timo Werner obviously can score goals. He scored goals against us. Wilson Odobert is a lively player, isn't he? I mean, I don't know too much of some of these players, so I don't know. Maybe neither team's got the strongest bench. And when you look at the squad, you look at the bench, you have to think to yourself, you know, are either of these teams strong enough to put in a real title challenge or to win the league this season? No. As things stand, I would say no. Obviously, Man City are miles ahead of us in that sense, aren't they? But yeah, it is what it is. At the moment, we just need to focus on winning this game, getting the 3 points here, and then of course, looking at it's a busy time, isn't it? It's a really, really busy time in the season, isn't it? With all this, I'm not going to call it the Champions League because it's the European Super League, isn't it? That is what it is. So we need to call it what it is, don't we? We need to call it what it is. It is the European Super League. And of course, we are starting that as well, aren't we? We've got is it Atlanta this week, haven't we, away? And then, of course, Manchester City. Or is that next week, the Atlanta game? Can't remember now. But anyway, so many games coming up. Is the Atlanta game this week or is it next week? Let's have a look. Oh, it is this week, yeah. Atlanta's on Thursday. And then, of course, Man City's on Sunday. So, yes, it's a busy week. It is a busy week. So let's see what happens. Don't forget, of course, coming up on the channel as well. It's a busy week on the channel, of course. Tomorrow night, we have got a show here looking back on the game against Tottenham here. Neil will be joining us. So that'll be tomorrow. Then on Wednesday, of course, it is the women taking centre stage. The Champions League qualifying first leg away in Hacken. Early kickoff, 6 o'clock. So I'm going to be rushing from work to get that game done for you. So join us for that as well. And of course, Thursday night is that Champions League, the European Super League game against Atalanta for the men. That is an 8 o'clock kickoff. So we'll be here for that one as well. And of course, next Sunday, Arsenal Man City double header. The women at 12:30 and then the men at 4:30. It's going to be a busy Sunday, isn't it? An exciting Sunday. Arsenal Man City double header. That is going to be really, really good, isn't it? So there we go. Busy week coming up, isn't it? So make sure you do subscribe, click on the notification bell and all of that kind of stuff so you don't miss it all. Yeah, lots coming up this week, so it's going to be good. But yeah, not the greatest half of football, was it? Let's be honest. But they're now debating this Timber yellow card. I don't know whether or not, bearing in mind you've got Jamie Redknapp and Les Ferdinand in the studio, so neither of them are going to be positive about Arsenal, are they? I didn't hear what they said because I've got the sound on, but anyway, doesn't matter. It was only a yellow card. I think that was the right decision, and that's all that matters. So you go. Terry says, Richard, show us your new cup. Oh, yes, I need that's a good point, actually. I'll get my new cup in a minute. Greg says, great idea, Terry. That'll be the most exciting thing so far. Yeah, I mean, it probably will be, actually. Nathan says, did you see the Duran goal? I haven't yet, actually. No, I didn't. I know it sounds bad. I didn't watch Match of the Day last night. I didn't actually have it. Maybe it was partly because Arsenal didn't play, I suppose. I had no motivation to watch it, really. We watched the film and didn't bother, so I haven't seen it yet. I might catch it later. I might watch, depending on how this game finishes. I might watch Match of the Day 2 tonight, or maybe I won't. It depends on how this game finishes up, really, doesn't it? Terry says, things must be bad, Greg. The two most positive fans, and we want to see Richard's new cup. Yeah, indeed. Yeah, that's pretty much sums up that first half, maybe, doesn't it? So yeah, exciting times, isn't it? Exciting times. Actually, it's not a mug as such. Actually, it's quite exciting. Actually, so I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll go and get it. I don't actually need a cup of tea, but I'll show you the cup anyway, because it's obviously it's a big part of the tale. Well, in fact, I'll have to leave it on display, actually, maybe. Not that you'll see it with the screen behind, but anyway, right, I'll go and get that. Shall I go and get that? Because it's worth waiting for. Trust me, it's worth waiting for. So yeah, I'll be back in about 2 seconds. In fact, I'll tell you what, I will fill up. Shall I have a cup of tea? Shall I? Where are we? I just played a little bit of music that we need to keep you guys entertained while I go and sort that out, if I can find it. Where's it gone? I've got a special bit of music, haven't I? For that, and I can't find where it is now. Oh, it's there. Right, bear with me. Back in a minute, and then we'll unveil the new cup and watch the second half. So we are back for the second half, but before the second half, we have got something exciting to reveal for you. I don't know if you remember last season, my little Arsenal Cup got broken. It had an accident at work and it got all smashed, and we were struggling to replace it. Now, we've got something very special now. Terry did contribute some money for the channel for us to be able to get a mug. And it isn't actually a mug. It's something even specialer than a mug. What we've got is we've got an Arsenal cup. It's a thermal cup. So actually you can put tea in it, whatever it is, hot drinks, and they stay hot for about 4 hours. Look at this. How cool is that? Look at the size of it as well. Look, so you get about 5 cups in there, and they actually stay hot for ages because they've like got a thermal thing on there. Look at that. Just, it's incredible. And on the back there, it's got a little Champions League UEFA sign. And there you go. Look at that. So this actually has become really useful because when I'm out for the day doing some filming of the football journeys and stuff on the other channel, I can take this, fill it up with a cup of tea, and it literally lasts all day. And it stays hot in there. I mean, I don't know exactly how long it will stay hot for, but you're looking at 4 or 5 hours, and it's still as hot as it was when you made it. So yeah, it's got a nice little lid on it there that you just slide back. Yeah, brilliant. So that's our new mug for the channel. So I need to find somewhere to put it on display, don't I? So it's on display all the time. But anyway, that is it. And it's really nice. And yeah, brilliant. So that was Terry's contribution to the channel. So we thank Terry very much for that. And when we went away recently, it was like, wow, it really done a good job because, you know, make a cup of tea in the morning, go out for the day, and all day you've got hot tea. Fantastic. And it's got an Arsenal badge on it. Brilliant. So that's our new cup for the channel. We've got another one as well coming, which will be more of a mug for a normal tea rather than a flask, if you like. But yeah, that's what we've been using, and it's really good, and we've enjoyed it. And I hope you guys liked it as well. Anyway, the teams have come back out for the second half here at the Tottenham Hotspur Toilet Bowl. It is still 0-0. I don't think there's been any changes. You wouldn't expect there to be any changes from Arsenal, would you? Because there's no one on the bench. As I said, it's really going to change too much. So we are going to have the same lineups that we had in the first half. So just in case you missed the team lineups, there they are for you on the screen right now. And I say there's been no changes in the half-time break. And we'll see if we are going to get a goal or two in the second half. Let's hope there's 1 or 2 goals, certainly for Arsenal. So we've never scored in the second half in this stadium, which is a little bit of a worry now, isn't it, when it's 0-0? It is a bit of a worry, but records are there to be broken, aren't they? And today might well be the day. Terry says there, very posh. Hope you have plenty of great trips away, the 3 of you. Yeah, I'm sure we will. We've had a couple of nice trips already, actually, this summer. It's been good. And yeah, we're looking forward to tomorrow. Anyway, we're back off and underway. Arsenal are taking a goal to our left, which is the end where the Arsenal fans are gathered. And I say we have yet to score our second half goal on this in this stadium. Incredible when you think about it. Anyway, there was, of course, one game during the COVID season when there was no fans in, of course, where we did go 1-0 up. But that was in the first half when Lacazette scored, if you remember. And then Tottenham came back to win, didn't they? 2-1. I think Son may well have scored in that game as well. We had a 3-0 defeat as well, haven't we? What was the score in the game? Was that a 2-0 defeat? And of course, the last 2 years, although we've won the 2 games, the goals have all come in the first half. Oh, nearly a chance at the start of the second half. Martinelli's cross, low cross, but Vicario was down quickly to smother that ball. And now Tottenham looking on the counter attack over on that far side. Son and Ben White, they've had a bit of a battle, haven't they? Son maybe had the better of things early on, but Ben's done okay, hasn't he, since? But it is still 0-0. We've played just over a minute of the second half here at the Tottenham Hotspur Toilet Bowl. It is 0-0. Tottenham in possession on this near side. Greg says, great cup. I think we should all get one. Yeah, no, you should do. I highly recommend them because I say you haven't, especially if you're out and about, you can have a nice hot cup of tea for hours. And because it's so big, you haven't, you're not drinking it all in one go like you would with a normal cup. You can drink it throughout the day, and it stays warm, which is really cool. So yeah, definitely recommend them. Absolutely 100%. Anyway, the referee's given a free kick. I'm not quite sure who to or why. Oh, it's an offside. It's an offside. The referee, the linesman there, is flagging over on the far side. Was it Saka was offside, was he? Oh, no, it was a Tottenham player was offside. It's a free kick to Arsenal. Oh, there you go. But it's in Tottenham's half. That won't be right, will it? No, that's right. Yeah. They've moved the ball back into Arsenal's half. Wouldn't be offside, would it, if Tottenham player was in his own half of the pitch? It is a free kick, which Arsenal going to take over on that far side. Ben White plays it back. And now it goes square to Thomas Partey. That's with Gabriel. Plays up this near side to Gabriel Martinelli. Now it's with Trossard. Was Trossard fouled? The referee says no. Tottenham just won the ball back there, didn't they? Quite well. It was Solanke. Cross comes in and a box header comes in. Was it deflected wide? It was Solanke again. I don't think it was a foul actually. It was a good tackle there by Solanke. The ball came up this near side. Brennan Johnson got the cross in. Solanke's diving header, but he's put it wide, and it's a goal kick. Actually, it must have been deflected. Is it a corner? It's a corner to Tottenham, so it must have been deflected actually. It's going to be Kulishevsky to curl this in with his left foot. In fact, he plays it short to James Maddison instead. And James Mason will whip across into the 6-yard box. Header comes in, and it's a good save. It was Mickey van der Ven with the header, and it was a save there from David Raya. Fairly comfortable. The ball was quite close to him. It was a good cross actually from James Maddison from that short corner. A good header from Mickey van der Ven as well, but it was a little bit too close to the Arsenal goalkeeper. Made another good save. So that'll definitely be 2 saves now, wouldn't it? Even though it was 2 already. Anyway, Tottenham have started to settle a bit quicker in this second half. And there is another yellow card, which I think is for Jorginho, the Arsenal captain. It was a pullback there on James Maddison. It's a foul. Is that a yellow card? I don't know. I'm not sure. A bit soft. But it's another yellow card. That's Arsenal's 3rd. Tottenham have had 5 already. Terry said it's a great cup. Shame it's the only one we're having because we ain't winning any soon after watching that first half. Well, no, probably not. But at the end of the season, we can at least lift our cup, can't we? Yeah. And that'll be good, won't it? Anyway, it is a free kick to Tottenham inside the centre circle. He's played up this near side. Well, it's a good ball, actually. Kulishevsky's a little bit of space. Can he get the cross in? He does. William Saliba's there to head it away. And Arsenal caught out there with that quick free kick. Wasn't great defending at all, was it? In fact, it was quite poor in actual fact. It was Porro played the ball up this near side. And Kulishevsky's cross was actually pretty well dealt with in the end by William Saliba, who's had a really solid game again for Arsenal. Not too sure there's any better defenders in European football right now than William Saliba, which is probably just as well, certainly today, because we've needed some of his interventions, haven't we? And that's one of the reasons why it's still 0-0. And we played 5 minutes in the second half. There was that save there from David Raya to prevent Tottenham scoring. Again, they've dominated the possession at the start of the second half, but Arsenal looking fairly solid actually, which I say is probably just as well. Tottenham now trying to build through midfield. Kulishevsky now back on the ball again, and Tottenham just playing some nice little triangles here, but without advancing too far down the pitch. But they're going to try now. Well, it's a nice ball, actually. Kulishevsky inside the box. It's across towards the far post, and it's put behind by Ben White. Son wasn't actually coming in there attacking it, but maybe Ben White wasn't made aware of exactly the position of the Tottenham captain. He's put it behind. It's going to be a corner to Tottenham over on that far side. And Arsenal looking a little bit shaky at the start of the second half. We can't really keep the ball. And it's a little bit of Tottenham pressure again here with this corner, which again, Kulishevsky is going to take. It's whipped in towards that near post, and it's an Arsenal header, flicked it on. And Van der Ven was trying to fight for the ball on this near side, but Arsenal do clear it away. But again, we can't keep the ball. Actually, Trossard's done well in actual fact. It looked like he'd lost it, but he did manage to keep possession. Martinelli touches it back to Timber, and his clearance is charged down by Porro is going to be a goal kick though to Arsenal. 52 minutes played here at the Tottenham Hotspur Toilet Bowl. It's still 0-0. And Arsenal been under a little bit of pressure at the start of this second half, as we were at times in that first half actually as well. So, we need to just try and settle ourselves down and get a grip in this game. It's one of the highest scoring games in the history of the Premier League, isn't it? Arsenal against Tottenham. There's been some really mad games, hasn't there, over the years? Of course, there was that 4-4 at the Emirates, the 2-5-2s, wasn't there? Lots and lots of goals. There's been 3-3. I remember a 3-3 draw at White Hart Lane not that long ago when Theo Walcott scored. There's been so many high-scoring games. Of course, it was a 3-2 last year in this particular fixture, wasn't it? So there's generally been goals. There hasn't been too many 0-0s, has there, over the years between these two teams. So it would be a rare outcome if that's how it finished. But still a long way to go. We've only played 53 minutes. And Arsenal still can't really get going in this second half. There's going to be a throw to Tottenham over on that far side. And Son, again, has done quite well there. We're still waiting for this game to really come to life, aren't we? There was that incident with Timber where you thought maybe that was going to spark it, but it didn't really. It was quite close to half time. Maybe that was why, but it's not really caught fire, this game. We've certainly seen a lot better North London derbies over the years, but as it stands, it's still 0-0, and in the overall scheme of the game, maybe we'll take that because we haven't been anywhere near our best, have we? There's no doubt about that. But we're definitely still in this game. We've had some chances in that first half. We haven't really got going yet, as I said, since half time, but plenty of time still remaining for us to find a goal. You do feel as though the longer it stays at 0-0, that first goal suddenly becomes even more important. I mean, the first goal is always important, isn't it, in any game, but you do feel as though the longer this game stays at 0-0, the first goal is just going to be so important. Greg says there, looks like we could be lucky to have one goal. More chance of 11 yellow cards. Well, yeah, obviously there's more chance of yellow cards in this game than goals. There's already been 8 yellow cards already. Wasn't there a record yesterday in that Bournemouth against Chelsea game? Was that not a record number of yellow cards? But this game could end up beating it anyway. Martinelli trying to play the ball forward there to the runner Kai Havertz, but Timbers picks it up. Can he keep it in? Can he get across? No, that's really good defending there actually from, was it Christian Romero, who I think actually is a very, very good defender. I know Arsenal fans don't like him. Of course they don't. But he's actually a very good defender, you have to say. And he did a really good tackle or block there. In fact, was that Porro that did that? Or was that Romero? I know it's Romero, yeah. So he's a decent player, isn't he? But he's just got an injury now, Romero, from that tackle that he did. But he's getting back to his feet again a little bit gingerly, the Argentinian. And the Arsenal subs are warming up. The Arsenal Youth Academy, which makes up the majority of our bench today. So we'll see who's going to come. And my guess is we'll make 2 subs later on in this game, and it'll be Gabriel Jesus and Raheem Sterling will both come on, and that will be it. Or maybe if we nick a goal and we're 1-0 up, it'll probably be Jacob Kiwior on, won't he? If that was the case. But I think if it's still 0-0, I think we might see Jesus and Sterling. First time those two would have played together since their Man City days, isn't it? Of course, rekindling that little partnership that they had there. And of course, Raheem Sterling, Arsenal's newest signing. He'll become our newest debutant should he get on the pitch today or whenever he eventually does. Are they going to save his debut for his former club, Man City, of course, which is our next game next week. Although I do expect he might well play Thursday night in the Europa League away in Italy, but we'll see. Anyway, Tottenham trying to come forward again. Arsenal won the ball back. We're giving it away again in midfield. That's a good tackle, actually, but suddenly the ball's broken here for Kai Havertz. Martinelli's made a run off him. Martinelli's trying to go through. Oh, that's good covering, actually, by Van der Ven. read that situation, got himself across there. That's a good tackle there by the Dutchman for Tottenham, but it is a throw to Arsenal. And that was almost our first best, our most clearest moment of the second half almost there, wasn't it? Martinelli trying to go through. Second over on that far side, plays the ball back. Arsenal having their best Spurs. A good cross. Actually, it's not a good cross at all. It's straight into the arms of the goalkeeper, Vicario. And that was probably the best spell of possession we've had in the second half so far. And we've played, 57 minutes, over 57 minutes. So we've played, coming up towards 15-minute mark of the second half, coming up towards the hour. Tottenham trying to play it out from the back, which they've done successfully. Mickey van der Ven over on that far side, brings the ball out of defence, plays it into Kulusevski, touches it off. This is good from Tottenham. Porro plays up this near side to Brennan Johnson. This is nice from Tottenham, actually. Brennan Johnson goes around the outside. Can he get across in? It's low into the near post, cleared away by Gabriel. It's going to be another corner to Tottenham. And Arsenal under more pressure here. That was a good move from Tottenham, actually. They played that well, beat the press, came forward up this near side, and in the end, Johnson's ball wasn't a bad ball towards that near post, but it was cleared away. Kulusevski's going to take this corner on his near side. Going to whip it in with that left foot of his. There's a lot of pushing and shoving inside the box, and the referee's having none of it. And he's going to have a little word there with a couple of the players, Son and Trossard, I think it is. And the corner will get retaken very, very shortly. And Trossard there is looking a little bit bewildered by it all. And the two of them are still in very close proximity. It is this corner to Tottenham. Arsenal got to defend this well. Son and Trossard are still having a battle in there. The corner is played short. This whipped in towards the far post. It's been over hit, actually. Again, Tottenham didn't make the most of a set piece. Solanke can't keep that ball in. And while the focus was on Trossard and Son inside the penalty area, Tottenham played it quickly short, but it was a poor corner. And Arsenal now got a free kick over on that far side, coming up to the hour mark. Still 0-0. And Arsenal haven't had a worthwhile attack yet in the second half. And we've played every 15 minutes, which is a bit of a worry, isn't it? But then Tottenham have only really had one shot at goal as well, which produced a save. Well, now Arsenal got a little bit of space up this near side. Timber's gone forward, he whips the first time, cross in. Good defending again, actually, by Mickey van der Ven. And now Tottenham again can launch a counter-attack of their own. It's almost like sometimes Tottenham are quite happy to get us to attacks that they can try and win the ball back and then counter. But anyway, it wasn't a great ball from Timber, actually. Maybe he didn't need to cross it first time. He maybe had a little bit more time than he thought. Anyway, Johnson again, who's had a lot of the ball in this game on this near side. Cuts inside, tries a shot, but it's straight at the goalkeeper. He's been quite lively, hasn't he, Brennan Johnson, on the right-hand side for Tottenham. Always looking to cut inside onto that left foot, as he did then, but the shot lacked any power direction. Comfortable save from Raya, that was. But he has caused us one or two problems. David Raya's long ball looking there for Saka. But good defending, actually, from Ndogi, who's a decent left-back, isn't he, for Tottenham, the young Italian with a great name, Destiny Ndogi. Wow, brilliant stuff. And Tottenham now with Mickey van der Ven finds Romero. Pops it in to midfield. Oh, that's a nice turn, actually, from Porro. Dinks a long ball forward as well up this near side. Again, it's looking for Brennan Johnson, but David Raya is out of his penalty area. Clears that away, but it's going to be a throw to Tottenham. Tottenham have been much the better team in this second half, you have to say. Arsenal just really haven't got going, and Tottenham got a throw now in the attacking third in line with the Arsenal penalty area on this near side. Johnson leaves it for Pedro Porro, the right back for Tottenham. 61.5 minutes played, it's still 0-0. That throw comes in towards the near post, and Arsenal do it. It's going to be another throw. Is it a corner? Martinelli it was. Put that behind. I think it's just going to be a throw. James Maddison is going to take it. Or is it a corner? I think it is a corner, actually. It's a corner, yeah. So James Madison's going to take this one. So it's going to be an outswinger this time with his right foot. Tottenham have got a few players lined up just inside the penalty area. Solanke's in there, Romero's in there, Mickey van der Ven is in there. This corner coming into the 6-yard box, headed out though by Arsenal. It might have been Gabriel won that header. Wasn't a bad corner, but good defending again from Arsenal. We defended the set piece as well, haven't we? Anyway, this cross comes in. It wasn't a great cross. Actually, not a good clearance. Shot comes in from Johnson. It's deflected away. Comes out for James Madison. Another cross in. Again, Arsenal win the header. And then it's just thumped clear. In fact, it's thumped clear. It's actually given us a bit of a counter-attack here with Kai Havertz. Touches the ball off to Martinelli. Tries to get it out to Saka, who's had very little impact in this game at all. But is this going to be his moment? Saka, you know he's going to cut inside and shoot. It was well blocked, actually, by... I think it was Mickey van der Ven, but Saka's got the ball again and the cross is deflected. It's going to be Arsenal's first corner of the second half in front of where the Arsenal fans are. Saka's had very, very little impact in this game so far. And that was another swift counter-attack from Arsenal, and it was Pedro Porro actually who blocked that shot. Looks like he's been winded as well as a result of it. But Arsenal will have a corner. First corner of the second half. Is this going to be the moment for Arsenal to get the lead, which would be, you have to say, against the run of play in the second half? We're midway through this second half. It's the Arsenal fans behind that goal that are singing as we wait this corner. This game's taken a very similar turn to the Aston Villa away game, our previous away game, where we were maybe fortunate to be 0-0 and then we got 2 goals, didn't we, late on to win it. Is it going to be a similar outcome today? This corner from Saka from that far side whips into the 6-yard, but here it comes in. Oh, he scored. It's Gabriel. Gabriel rises above the defence and heads it in from the edge of the 6-yard box. Another goal from a set piece. Incredible, incredible stuff. And in front of those Arsenal fans, it is. Brilliant header there from Gabriel. The corner from Saka. And Gabriel rose above. Oh, it's a free header, actually. Poor defending from Tottenham, but that's a really good header. Attacked that ball. Powered it in from about 5 yards. Brilliant, brilliant stuff. And finally, Nathan says, bosh. And then says, Big Gabby, indeed. Big Gabby gets the goal. And for the first time, we've scored in the second half at the Tottenham Hotspur toilet bowl, right in front of those Arsenal fans as well. And it is Gabriel. And how important will that goal be? We've been under the cosh a bit in this second half. We've not played particularly well, but we've got the lead. And sometimes that's all you need to do in these games. Incredible, incredible stuff. Gabriel's first goal of the season. He's always good for a few, isn't he, from centre-back. Terry says, in Arteta, I believe, terrible marking. It was terrible marking, but it was a good header. And another set-piece goal from Arsenal. We've become the set-piece kings, haven't we? We've not been creating too much in open play in this game, certainly, but we've got ourselves a goal from a set-piece. And there's 25 minutes still to play. So there is plenty of time left. And is it going to... I said it was like the Aston Villa game, and that's sort of what happened here, wasn't it? We got a goal in the second half against the run of play, and then obviously got a second sealer late on. Is that going to be what happens again here? We will have to see. There's still plenty of time now for Tottenham to get their way back into it. And you have to say that we're a little bit fortunate to be ahead, but we said that at Aston Villa, didn't we? Exactly the same. So there you go. Anyway, Tottenham are in possession straight away, looking to try and get back into this game. Ball played forward. And it's touched off by Kulishevsky. Now, don't forget, I will be on Talk TV again this evening about 7:15 to talk about this game. And it might be a little bit more of a fun conversation now, mightn't it? Who knows? And I'm sure there's going to be a Tottenham fan on as well. So join me for that on Talk TV on YouTube, on TV, on the radio. Be about 7:15 that'll be on the Mark Saggers show. So join me for that. It's going to be good. And yeah, looking forward to that now. A little bit more than I was 5 minutes ago. Greg says that woke me up. Indeed, it did. Now, Tottenham are making some substitutions here. It's going to be Papo Matar is coming on. Is one of the changes. And is that Bentancur that's gone off? I believe it is. Oh, no, it isn't actually. It's Brennan Johnson's going off. So Brennan Johnson's going off. I thought he actually did quite well. But he's going off, and it is Wilson Odobert who's coming on for him on this right-hand side. And it was Bentancur's come off for Papo Matar for Tottenham. So they made two changes there, actually. One in midfield and one in the forward wide area. And Big Ange has reacted to going behind now. And he's acted quite quickly. And also got another... Oh, it's a goal kick, actually. Look, it's going to be a corner to Arsenal. I can say we just scored from our last corner. It'd be nice to have another one, wouldn't it? Anyway. So since January 2022, I don't know why they've picked that particular date, but anyway, Arsenal have only lost once after scoring first. Since January 2022. Which game was that? Can we remember? Since January 2022. So that's, 2.5 years, isn't it? Which game was that since then that would have been the second half of the 2022-2023 season? All of the 2023-2024 season. Who have we scored first against? Oh, Fulham. It'd be Fulham, won't it, last season? You remember Fulham away when Saka scored very early on in that game. And then we all went on to lose 2-1, didn't we? That would be the game. Must be watching only one, so it has to be that one. Unless Sky have got their facts wrong. Anyway, unless you can remember any others, that's the one that sticks in my mind. And it'd be only one then if they're right. So yeah, that was when? Last December, wasn't it? So they could have just said that, couldn't they? Arsenal haven't lost since the Fulham game, or since after scoring first. 9 months ago? Anyway, it's a throw to Tottenham on halfway. Our away form in 2024 is played 10, won 9, drew 1, which is quite impressive, isn't it? And we're on our way to another victory here, if that's the way it stays. Greg says, when's Arteta going to bring the kids on? 2026, maybe? Anyway, there's about 20 minutes, just over 20 minutes to play here. And Tottenham are trying to find a way back into this game. You know, they'll probably feel a little bit, and Doggy's done well, actually, but the cross isn't great. William Saliba's there to cut it out. And Arsenal now looking to play on the counter-attack. And you do feel if we can get a second goal, just as we did at Aston Villa, this game will be done and dusted. And in fact, there's a foul over there, Christian Romero with it. He's one of the only Tottenham defenders not to get... In fact, look, he actually won the ball there, to be fair, from Trossard. But I suppose if you're going from the side, so he says, too late in the day. It must be nearly sleepy time. Yeah, it must be. Anyway, Trossard's now got a little bit of an injury following that foul there. That corner came in and they're just showing a goal again. Unmarked Gabriel. He's not going to miss that, is he? He is not going to miss that. He thrives on those type of opportunities, doesn't he, Gabriel? And celebrating there in front of the Arsenal fans. Always a nice sight to see at an away game, isn't it, when you score in front of your fans. And Gabriel, I believe, is the highest scoring defender in the Premier League since he's been at Arsenal. And that's one of the reasons why, isn't it? Because he's very, very good from those situations, isn't he? Anyway, Saka now is getting clear over on this near side. Touches the ball off. He'll get another assist, Bukayo Saka, for that corner, won't he? Another goal assist for Bukayo Saka. But Arsenal trying to work the ball up that far side, but James Maddison's across there. Cuts it out, and now Tottenham looking to try to come forward themselves. Tottenham 0, Arsenal 1. Gabriel with the goal, and Tottenham have given the ball away but just won it back again. And now they might have a chance for a counter-attack. Kulusevski through the middle, plays up this near side. It is Wilson. Odegaard, the substitute, is going to have a run here at the Arsenal defence. Is inside the penalty area. Odegaard's done well actually, but he's just had the ball taken off him there from Gabriel Martinelli. Good work from him. And that's Odegaard's first run at this Arsenal defence. Kulusevski now inside the box. Kulusevski goes down in stages, but he manages to find Son, plays the ball back to the edge of the box. Maddison touches it off. Wasn't a great ball, actually. And Arsenal come across and clear it away. It was Gabriel, but it's going to be a throw to Tottenham. And Arsenal living a little bit dangerously again. Again, them last-ditch tackles we spoke about in the first half. And that's what it was there, a last-ditch tackle. We're just giving the ball away again. And then Dodgy with a shot from distance, but it's comfortable. In fact, it wasn't. It was Sarr who just come on. At the substitute for Tottenham there, but it's straight at David Raya, no problem at all. And Big Ange there in a second defeat of the season already after 4 games. If you remember last season, they was top after 4 games, wasn't they, Tottenham? Well, they're certainly not going to be top after 4 games this season, are they? Even if they were to come back and win this game, but they are on the brink of a second league defeat already, which would be not great for them, would it? Let's be honest, but quite funny as well at the same time, if you think about it. Anyway, Arsenal now trying to come forward over on that far side. Looking for another 3 points away from home and a 3rd victory in a row here on this stadium as well in the league. Incredible. I wonder when the last time we won 3 times in a row away at Tottenham. Anyway, it was an offside against Martinelli on this near side. It's going to be a free kick to Tottenham. There's 16 and a half minutes to play. And Trossard's shirt's been ripped actually, so he's going to have to change it now. I don't quite know how that happened, but anyway, luckily they've got a spare with his name on already. That was good, wasn't it? That was lucky. I wonder how many they bring actually to each game. How many different tops with each player's name on that they bring, different full kit. Interesting to know, isn't it? But anyway, they had a spare one ready for Trossard there after his shirt got ripped. And he's back with a full kit again. Anyway, Tottenham have a little bit of space over on that far side. The ball's played in here, and now with Odegaard on this near side, touches it forward to Son. Oh, a little back heel there looking for Odegaard again, but Timber's there. And then Gabriel, can complete the clearance, but there's no Arsenal player anywhere near that ball. And Tottenham recycle it again. Looking for the equaliser, Tottenham. Can Arsenal hang on or get the second goal? Difficult to say at the moment. It could go either way, this game, couldn't it? It's very, very difficult. It's been difficult to call from the start, really. Arsenal defended well. Tottenham had a lot of possession, but not really been able to create too many really big opportunities, and we've had the better chances. Anyway, Son now popping up on this near side. He's kind of switched positions a little bit, hasn't he, since the substitutions. And Tottenham keeping possession, but not really getting the ball, penetrating our defence. Son again, though, picks it up on this near side, plays it square to Van der Ven, plays it out to that far side again. Cross is whipped in towards the edge of 6-yard box, and it was Solanke coming in, and Gabriel seemed to slip over right in front of him then, which actually probably didn't exactly help the Tottenham striker there. And the ball evaded both of them, and it's gone behind for a goal kick. Solanke appealing there that maybe he was fouled. He clearly wasn't. And Arsenal then almost played themselves into trouble, but William Saliba it was, managed to keep possession. Goes back to David Raya, and he goes long into the Tottenham half looking for Kai Havertz, who's done well actually, Kai Havertz. And he's going to throw for Arsenal in front of those Arsenal fans over on that far side. They're enjoying their afternoon across town. Less than 15 minutes left here. Tottenham 0, Arsenal 1 It's a scoreline that we like, and Arsenal going forward looking for a second goal. Trossard's in, it must be. Oh, it wasn't a great first touch. He allowed Vicario to make the save. In fact, the linesman's given offside anyway. Wasn't the best touch, was it, from Leandro Trossard? Or the offside wasn't against Trossard. It was over on the far side in the build-up from Bukayo Saka. But it wasn't a good touch from Trossard, was it? Not a great touch at all. And he gave the goalkeeper the option to make the save. Of course, it didn't matter. It wouldn't have counted anyway. It wasn't Trossard that was offside. It was Saka when he received the ball just before that. Anyway, Tottenham are back in possession. Sarr finds Porro on this near side. Now it's with Wilson, Odobert. Cuts in field. Wilson, Odobert, the Frenchman, finds Sarr. Now it's with Maddison. Tottenham again in front of the Arsenal back line without really getting through again. Anyway, Maddison whips across him, but he's overhit that by quite some distance, and it's gone out for a goal kick. Neil said, "How you doing, Neil?" He says, "Why can't he make a sub? Because we haven't got him on the bench. That's worth bringing on. That's why. I mean, you might have to now, though, because Jorginho's got cramp." And Neil says, "Hello, indeed. How you doing, my friend? Good to see you. Hope you're doing well." He won't make a sub, will he? Because he's not going to bring any of the youngsters on, is he? The only subs he's going to make, I said this before, is going to be Sterling or Jesus. They're the only two players he'll bring on because they're the only two ones he trusts. And here we go. Jesus is the one coming on. And Sterling, here you go, look. Sterling and Jesus. The only two subs he's going to make. And he's making them both now with 12 minutes to go. So predictable. We are so predictable. It's unbelievable. I'm surprised so many teams in this Premier League haven't managed to figure us out because I figured this out a long time ago. Neil says, "Oh, he is now, both Sterling and Jesus." Exactly, yeah. They're the only two he's ever going to bring on. We knew that at the start when we saw the substitutes bench. They were going to be the only two he'd bring on. He doesn't trust the youngsters, does he? I don't even know why he's bothered putting him on the bench. Absolute waste of time. Anyway, Timo Werner is coming off of Tottenham as well as they search for a goal on loan, of course. Is it Leipzig he's on loan from? I think it is, isn't it? Anyway, Arsenal got a free kick just inside half. In fact, we're going to make the first substitution first. In fact, no, we're not. James Maddison's going off for Tottenham and Timo Werner's coming on. So that's the first substitution here. So Tottenham are bringing another striker on. 1-0 down. Trying to get an equaliser. And it is Timo Werner, who I can't quite make out whether I think he's a good player or not. Anyway, Arsenal making their substitution, and it is Trossard who's coming off. Trossard did okay today, didn't he? And Jesus is coming on. So it's going to maybe be a slight change of shape, you feel. Martinelli's coming off as well for Raheem Sterling, making his Arsenal debut in the North London derby. Martinelli's worked hard today. Wasn't quite his day, was it? A couple of opportunities to maybe put a better ball in. Neil says, Martinelli, what's happened to his final ball? Well, has he ever had one? I'm not sure if he has, really. Terry says, Neil, good to see you, mate. Hope you're well. It's good to see you're still awake. Well, yeah, I'm sure he's still awake. So Raheem Sterling's on for his Arsenal debut. How many other Arsenal players can you name that made their debut in the North London derby? Paul Davis is one that instantly springs to my mind. I'll have a little think on to not think of any more. If anyone else can think of any other Arsenal players who made their debut in the North London derby, please let me know. Timber's come across there and made a good challenge. Nathan says, really liked Timber. Yeah, no, he looks a really good player, absolutely. Into the last 10 minutes, it's still 1-0. I'm quite surprised that he didn't bring on Jacob Kiwior, actually, to try and shore up the defence. I did mention that one as well, didn't I? If we were 1-0 up. But anyway, he's brought on two attacking players. He's feeling a bit ambitious today, isn't he? Mikel Arteta. Anyway, Tottenham now trying to come forward over on that far side, hunting down this equaliser. Porro in possession. He's got Odobert outside him on this near side. Odobert cuts in field. He's done well, actually. Plays the ball square to Sarr. And now Tottenham got a player over. It's Porro on this near side. What's the cross like? It's not a bad cross, but there's no Tottenham player in the box. And Bukayo Saka can hoof that ball away. And there's a foul surely there. Oh, the referee says no. It looked like a foul actually there, but the referee said no. Tottenham win possession again. Terry says, what Sterling got on his head looks like a roller skating helmet. It does actually, doesn't it? Oh, that's a poor clearance. Oh, and a clearance there. Risky in the box from Gabriel. Shot comes in from distance from Sarr. It's gone wide. And Tottenham now had an opportunity to... It's a poor clearance, actually, initially. The ball came in the box there, and was it Thomas Partey? Really, really casual clearance there. And then Gabriel just managed to clear the ball away as Solanke came in. Not a penalty there, absolutely not. And then the shot came in from Sarr, which went harmlessly wide. 8 minutes to play, plus stoppage time. And Arsenal closing in on a third straight victory here at Tottenham. Won't have been done since the 1980s, probably. We had a good record, didn't we, where we used to win away at Tottenham every year. Did we ever win 3 league games in a row? I'm not sure if we did. But anyway, we're bound to have done, aren't we? In the 80s, we seemed to win all the time, didn't we, away at Tottenham? I don't know if we won 3 consecutive league games, though, thinking about it. Well, I think a cup game thrown in here and there. Neil says, yeah, since the 80s. Well, I don't know when the last time we won 3 league games away at Tottenham, though. You think some of the other victories we had were cup games, weren't they? We won, obviously, twice in that semi-final of League Cup. We won in the league that year. We won in the league the year after. So that was 2. Oh, yeah, 86, 87, 87, 88, 88, 89. Yeah, we did. That was the last time, actually. We won 3 times in a row, yeah. George Graham, eh? Wow, they were the days, weren't they? He loved to win over Tottenham, didn't he? Loved to win over Tottenham. Neil says Wenger didn't even mention. No, he didn't know. But then I think Tottenham were a better team at spells then, wasn't they? You know, it's always been quite a home fixture, wasn't it, for years? You know, we hadn't won away at Tottenham. Tottenham didn't win away at Arsenal. It was one of them type of games, wasn't it? The home team always seemed to get the result. Timo Werner's cross cleared away by Timber, and that's gone out for a throw. Tottenham are throwing everything at it. It looks like there's another injury to Arsenal there. It's Saka. I don't know if it's a cramp. Are we playing too many games? That's always going to be a question, isn't it? That's going to get asked these days. Where, obviously, we remember the old days when players used to play more games, didn't they? You know, 42 league games. I remember Liverpool used to play 65 games every season, didn't they? Now, even if you go well in the Champions League, you're probably looking at, I don't know, 58, 60 at the most. And that's on the rare occasions when you go a long way through Europe as well. So I don't know if we play more games now. Are the games more intense? Yeah, maybe. I don't know. But yeah. Neil says, good old GG, exactly. Neil says, yeah, it wasn't a slight on Wenger. They were better in his era. Yeah, they were. Plus as well, I mean, you know, if you remember, like, didn't Thierry Henry never lose to Tottenham in all the time he played for Arsenal? So although we may not have won 3 times in a row at Tottenham's ground, they very rarely beat us in that period, did they? Very rarely beat us, even though they were a much better team in those stages. But yeah, Neil says Saka in trouble. Yeah, I mean, he looks like he's got a bit of an injury here. I won't be surprised if he has to go off. They're going to bring on Kiwior, let's be honest. And Saka looks like he is going to have to go off. Well, he's going to have to go off anyway because he had some treatment. He's bringing on Ethan Nwaneri. Wow. There you go. He does shock us sometimes, doesn't he? He does shock us sometimes, Mikel Arteta. Not very often. Neil says Henry never lost against him. No, he didn't know. I remember him saying that. And that was obviously in the Wenger era, wasn't it? So, you know, we may not have always beaten them, but they never beat us, did they? Very, very rarely beat us. Anyway, we're into the last 4 minutes of normal time. There will be some stoppage time. Ethan Nwaneri's come on for Saka. His first taste of a North London derby. Wow. Wearing number 53, of course. The young academy player. Jesus has also got some rather strange hair going on. So, I don't know, sack the barber is what I would say. Greg says, I remember in the 70s, if we lost to Spurs, it was worse than being relegated. Well, it always felt worse, didn't it? I must admit, the games then were much more intense. I mean, the first probably 10 North London derbies that I went to, it meant everything, didn't it? And the rest of the season sometimes didn't seem to matter. I know we weren't very good then anyway, so I suppose you have to say that. That was probably one of the more exciting moments of the season, wasn't it? Because there was nothing else to play for most of the time, I suppose. But yeah, there was much more. It seemed much more intense, didn't it, back then? I suppose football was anyway, wasn't it, in the 1970s and 80s? Anyway, but yeah, it seems a little bit more tame now, doesn't it, in comparison? But the games are obviously just as important, if not more important, actually, these days, with what's at stake with the money and whatever. So anyway, Tottenham coming forward again. They are throwing everything at it. It's a bit like last season's game. We're hanging on to a 1-0 lead a little bit. Now we're looking to bring the ball forward with Ranieri, actually. Oh, surely that's offside. Surely that's offside. It is offside. Of course it's offside. And the ball's going to come back. It was Havertz there. Just straight offside but opportunity there to kill the game off. And Tottenham now coming forward again. Ball played into the box. It's a good header, but it's straight at the goalkeeper. It was Christian Romero, who's almost playing as a centre forward now in his closing stages. Got the header, but it was straight at David Raya, who's had a good game again today for Arsenal. If it finishes like this, that will be just one goal that we've conceded all season in 4 games. And that was, of course, that goal against Brighton in our last game when we were down to 10 players, if you remember Declan Rice's red card. Anyway, Tottenham still coming forward again, looking for this equaliser. We've got 90 seconds of normal time remaining now. We've got a chance of a counter-attack. Surely that's offside against Raheem Sterling. No, the flag stays down. This is Sterling's first opportunity in Arsenal shirt. Can he get the shot away? Oh, he went all the way across the box, gave it away. And this is why I've never liked Raheem Sterling, because he's done that all the time when he plays for England. Anyway, and now Tottenham got a counter-attacking opportunity on. Kulusevski puts the ball into the box, and again, William Saliba's there with the clearance. But Arsenal all hands to the pump now. We're into the last minute of the 90. There's going to be 3 or 4 minutes stoppage time, maybe more, 4 or 5 maybe, you feel. Anyway, Kulusevski again on his near side, whips a ball. It's not a great ball. Cleared away by Gabriel, the goal scorer. Is it going to be the winning goal for Arsenal? We shall see. Neil said, I knew you said that about Sterling. He's just, I don't know, I've never liked him. I've never liked him from when he played for Liverpool, when he's played for Man City, and obviously playing for England and Chelsea. I've just never liked him. And he's going to be fair, he's going to have to do a lot in an Arsenal shirt for me to change my mind. I never liked him for England. And he did some good things for England, didn't he, I suppose. Anyway, Terry says, Teddy, where am I looking? Sheringham. Yeah, poor old Teddy, eh? Greg says, Gabby and Saliba are nearly as good as Leah and Cody. Yeah, you're right, actually. They are nearly as good, yeah. There's going to be 5 minutes of stoppage time anyway, so we've got 5 minutes to hang on or maybe get a second goal. We are trying to come forward now on the counter-attack. All that ball's a little bit short from Ethan and Mary, and we almost give it away, but there's a bit of space here on his near side for Sterling. Let's see what magic he's got in those dancing boots of his. Plays the ball back to Saliba. Oh, so just really need to keep possession a little bit more, don't we? Because we've not had much possession in this second half, even though we've managed to get the goal. But anyway, let's see. Thomas Partey loses out in midfield again, and Tottenham now can break. Ball played up this near side. We've got 4 minutes of stoppage time still to play. And Wilson, Odebear it was, in possession, has still got the ball. Finds Kulusevski going to line a shot up from distance. Oh, it wasn't a bad effort either, actually. I don't know if it just went over the top. I did David Raya get a fingertip to it. It was a really good effort. He's got a great left foot, hasn't he? Dujan Kulusevski. That's a really good shot. Now, he was just over the crossbar there. In fact, David Raya didn't get anywhere near it. And that would have been a fantastic goal, wouldn't it? I do like Kulishevsky, I have to say. Really think he's a great player, the Swede. And surely they've just put player of the match on. They've put Gabriel Jesus. I'm sure they just mean Gabriel, the defender. Gabriel Jesus hasn't even touched the ball yet since he's come on, so it definitely won't be him. It is Gabriel who's got the winning goal that they are giving player of the match to. It was always going to be an Arsenal defender, regardless of whether we win the game or not, because our defence has been really solid. Saliba's been good. Timber's been good. Gabriel's been good. It would have been one of those three, surely. And obviously, Gabriel getting a goal has just swung that. Not a bad choice. Anyway, Wilson Odobert again coming forward for Tottenham. He's gone around the outside, puts a cross in, but it's straight into the arms of David Raya. And you have to say, Tottenham haven't really looked like scoring, have they? For all the possession that they've had, and that has been mainly down to our great defensive performance. Nathan says he's been very good today, Gabriel. He has, yeah. Neil says Raya impresses me. Yeah, no, Raya's been brilliant. He adds a calmness to the defence, which was lacking under the previous goalkeeper, who just caused panic everything he did. You know, just panic. He just caused panic, didn't he? And he says, "Big Gabby, excellent indeed, he was." Anyway, Kai Havertz is saying he's got an injury there, but I don't think he has. Neil says Raya impresses me more and more of each game. Yeah, he's just a very good goalkeeper, isn't he? He's not spectacular. His positioning's great, so he makes a lot of good saves. He's calm. He's good with the ball at his feet. He's very, I think calm. He brings a calmness, doesn't he, to the defence? And I think that's been the difference, really. You know, when we had Ramsdale in goal behind Gabriel and Saliba, you always were still a little bit worried. And I'm sure he didn't bring that calmness to them. Anyway, Tottenham just given the ball away. Gabriel Jesus brings it forward, but he's robbed. And suddenly now Tottenham are coming forward on the counter-attack. It's Timo Werner on this near side. Terry says Ramsdale done well yesterday. He let free, and he did. He was very, very shaky. Not surprising. Anyway, Tottenham, we're into the last minute. A shot comes in from distance. Oh, did that take a deflection there? It's gone wide. David Raya had already gone the other way. In fact, the flag's up for offside anyway. That was a funny moment. I think it did hit the Tottenham player who was offside. It went wide anyway. It would have been a goal kick, but instead it's actually a free kick. Came off Timo Werner, who was trying to get out of the way, to be fair. Nathan says, I think Arteta actually wanted Raya prior to getting Ramsdale, but he could not get him at that point. No, you're right, he did. He did try to get him. And Ramsdale was clearly his second option. And, you know, I think that was obvious. Anyway, Neil says, yeah, that's right, Nathan. He wanted Raya. Yeah, he did, yeah. Absolutely, he did. Anyway, into the last 30 seconds of the game. And Arsenal are very, very close to another victory here at Tottenham. And Tottenham are going into their second defeat of the season. Their second defeat in a row. Second game in a row without scoring as well. We've maybe been slightly fortunate to win this game, I think. We'll talk about that more in a second when the final whistle does go. But, you know, when you win without playing well, especially in a game like this away from home, we did it against Aston Villa. We've done it again. Anyway, Tottenham are coming forward. This will probably be their last attack. If they can get the ball in, Porro, it's actually not a bad cross. There's a line of Arsenal defenders there waiting to head it out, but we haven't got it quite clear yet. Papa Matassar finds Son. Are Tottenham going to find one more? Oh, nice feet there by Son. Really nice feet. And then he got greedy, tried a shot from distance. Was never going to beat Arsenal's defence from there. And Tottenham now trying to bring the ball forward again with Wilson. Odobert cuts in field again. He's looked quite lively, hasn't he, since he's come on? And Arsenal just got to see this last attack out now, and we're there. The ball played into the box. It's not a great ball. Oh, Saliba maybe didn't need to deal with that. Raya was coming out. I think that might be it. It is it. The full-time whistle's gone. Arsenal have won away at Tottenham again. And we've done it the hard way today. It certainly wasn't an easy game. We didn't play particularly well, actually, for most of it. But we've somehow found a way to win. A simple set-piece goal in the end. Gabriel's head out midway through the second half was what done it. A good performance from Arsenal defensively, but not a great performance overall, was it? It was, we didn't create too much, really, did we? Especially in that second half, it was really, really poor. But we got the goal, we won the game, and that's all that matters, isn't it? Neil says, beautiful indeed. Terry says, come on, you guys, bring on City. Neil says, here tomorrow. Indeed, you will, my friend, on our show tomorrow night. Looking back on this game, Neil says, take care, much love. North London is red. Of course, it's red. And says, catch you again, the result indeed. Terry says, take care, Neil. Yeah, brilliant. I mean, yeah, it wasn't. Let's not try and kid ourselves. That was a great Arsenal performance, but it doesn't matter, does it? You know, when you're solid defensively as we are, we're not conceding goals. You don't need to necessarily play that well, do you, to nick a 1-0. It was a goal from a set piece again, which is a slight concern, I suppose. The second half, we didn't create anything, did we, from open play? In the first half, yeah, we had, 2 or 3 opportunities. It was a good away defensive performance, and you know that's important, isn't it? You know, in a lot of these big games away from home in the past, we haven't always been able to go away and defend well, get clean sheets and win the game. Whereas we've done it today. We did it at Aston Villa in our last away game, and that's all positive things. I'm still very, very concerned about the depth of this squad. Looked at the bench today, that was a worry. In the end, yes, we kind of knew it's Tottenham. Do we need to worry too much about that in this particular game? No. Long term, yes, it is a worry. Yes, we're going to have players back from injury, of course, but I don't know. I'm not convinced yet this team is, well, we haven't hit top form at all, have we? But 3 wins and a draw out of 4. I mean, you can't really grumble at that, can you? Greg says there, the way the game went, it was a great result. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, the way the game went, it was a great result because we didn't play that well. Tottenham will probably feel they deserved at least a draw, and I don't think we can really argue with that. You know, as much as we might, you know, we've got that rivalry with Tottenham, of course we have, but I think over 90 minutes, a draw was probably a fair result. We've nicked it 1-0, and that's fair enough, isn't it? We'll take it. Absolutely, we will all day long. But yeah, wasn't the most convincing Arsenal performance or whatever today. But yeah, we've got the 3 points, another clean sheet. And yeah, we've got some big games coming up this week as well, haven't we? But yeah, lucky, a little bit lucky. But no, I don't want to use the word lucky. I don't think that's a lucky win. What I think it is, I think it's a win built on a solid defensive base and getting a goal from a set piece. Very, very 1980s George Graham kind of Arsenal performance, wasn't it? And I'm certainly not going to be one to criticise that. Just looking long term, I've still got concerns. I think we're going to find out a little bit more about this team next week, aren't we? At Man City, obviously, with this squad. You know, yes, Declan will be back for that game, which is a massive bonus. I don't think Martin Odegaard will be back, will he? So, you know, but let's see what happens. We're going to have to play better against City because, you know, if we play like we did today next week against City, we're not getting 3 points. We're probably not getting 1. But you have to say that defensive solidity. We've only conceded 3 goals away from home in 2024 in the Premier League, just 3. You know, and it's impressive. And defensively, there's not much more we can do. We can't do any more defensively than we're doing. I still think going forward, we still lack that killer instinct at times. We're not creating enough big chances from open play, and I would have still loved us to have got a proper centre forward in. Honestly, I would have loved that because we look at this team, that defensive solidity to build from with a proper centre forward, I would feel really confident that we could put in a real strong change. I'm not convinced we've got enough depth, and I think that the bench today kind of showed that. But you know, we've won the derby. We need to be happy. We are happy. We've got 3 points. And it's a good 3 points. And yeah, we're second in the league, 2 points behind City. A big game. Can we go there and win and go top? Can we do it? I don't know. We will look ahead to that, of course, tomorrow night on the show with Neil, of course. But yeah, we've got to be satisfied. We've got to be satisfied with that. Of course we have. We've beaten our rivals away from home for the 3rd season in a row. And yeah, the performance wasn't great. But the result is what matters, isn't it? Terry says, if we can bring in 3 more Chelsea rejects in January, I think the Premier says, well, yeah, that might be the way we'll have to go. Terry, so what do you think about Haaland hitting 20 goals by Christmas? Yeah, you may well do. We might more than that. He's got 9 already, hasn't he? He's got 9 in like 4 games. He'll probably have 20 by October. He'll probably have 15 after next week's game against us. No, of course he won't. Because the one thing that we are is we are very, very, very solid defensively, aren't we? You saw that again today. So, yes, not the greatest performance. Let's not kid ourselves about that. But we'll take those 3 points. We'll enjoy these 3 points. Of course we will. And we will look ahead to a busy week, as we said. So, coming up on the show, I'm on Talk TV, of course, tonight, 7:15. So join me for that. We are here tomorrow with the big show, of course, looking back on this game, looking ahead to Atalanta and Manchester City, which is a big week, isn't it? So that's all to come tomorrow. Wednesday, we have got the Arsenal women in Champions League qualifying action away at Hacken. First leg. Join me for that. That game kicks off at 6 o'clock. So I should just about make it for the kickoff for you. So that's going to be good. So join me for that one. Thursday, Europa League, because it's a Thursday. Arsenal in the Champions League, the European Super League against Atalanta, and then of course Sunday, Arsenal Man City doubleheader. The women kick off at 12:30 at the Emirates. The men kick off at 4:30 at the Etihad. Wow, what a week! What a week! And we're bringing it to you all here on this channel. So please like, share, and subscribe. And click on that notifications. Greg says, my missus says I should be nice about Spurs. I told her I'd rather be nice to her. Yeah. Well, exactly, yeah. Terry says, Greg, why have you let her out the kitchen while the football's on? Well, yeah, that's the other point as well, isn't it? But yes, I mean, fair enough, that isn't it? I suppose can't really argue with that, can we? But yeah, so we've won. We've beaten Tottenham away. It always feels good, doesn't it? And of course, that made of course 1-0 to the Arsenal. The score that we love. And of course, it means again. Indeed. We are the greatest team in the world I've ever seen, aren't we? And I suppose as North London is red. So there you go, a bit of North London forever as well to round a good afternoon off for Arsenal. Brilliant stuff. So yeah, there you go. We've won 1-0 at the Tottenham Hotspur Toilet Bowl for the third year in a row. Brilliant stuff. And we've always enjoyed that. Kanisha says, congratulations to the men's team. Arsenal won a victory. Yeah, thank you very much. It's a great victory it was, wasn't it? Greg says she sneaked out when I wasn't looking. Well, you know, she left to sneak back in again, won't she? Get a kettle on. Be nearly dinner time actually soon, won't it? So yeah, we might have been a bit fortunate to win. Do we care? No, we don't care. We'll take it all day long. In this particular game, obviously, moving forward, certainly next Sunday, it's going to be a much bigger test, isn't it? Greg says, looking forward to Wednesday now for a good 3-1 victory. Yeah, let's hope so. I mean, to be honest with you, the first leg away from home, we'll take a draw. I think we'll win Wednesday, actually. I really do. As I said on the show the other night, I think we'll sneak it maybe 1-0, 2-1. And then, you know, we should have enough then to go through when we play the home leg next week, of course, after the Man City game. So, yeah, it's going to be a big week here on the channel. It's a big week for Arsenal men. It's a big week for Arsenal women. And obviously, you're going to join us here for it all, aren't you? You're going to watch it with us here. I know you are. And why would you want to go anywhere else? Terry says, yeah, hopefully no injuries is definitely what we need. We don't want any injuries. Thank you very much. We've had enough of those in the last few years, haven't we? So, yeah, that's it then for today. Tottenham 0, Arsenal. It always sounds good, doesn't it? Tottenham 0, Arsenal 1. We will repeat that just in case you missed it. The goal, of course, from Gabriel midway through the second half from a set piece. Yes, we didn't play that well. Yes, we were brilliant defensively. And yes, we've got the 3 points. Brilliant, brilliant stuff. And yeah, you know, these are the sort of games, you know, we did it at Villa. We could have easily been 1 or 2-0 down at Villa. We survived, defended well, built from the back, and got the goals and won the game. We've done it again today. Can we do it again away at Man City next week? I don't know. I mean, you look at their game yesterday against Brentford, you know, Brentford caused them problems. You know, they were 1-0 up, and in the end, you know, they came back and won. But we're going to get some chances against Man City. I really think we will. Obviously, our strength is defensively. We can keep Haaland quiet as we did last year. If we stop him scoring, we've got a hell of a chance, haven't we, of nicking it as we did today. But let's see, it's a different game. And of course, we've got the European game in midweek to come as well, haven't we? So yeah, let's see what happens. But yeah, we'll take a 1-0 victory at Tottenham, won't we? Even if it wasn't the most fluid, slick Arsenal performance. Doesn't matter. It's a throwback to the old days, and it 1-0 away from home. Greg says, great show as always. Lovely to hear from everyone. Looking forward to the next show. Yeah, thank you very much, my friend. Thank you for joining us. Thanks to everyone for joining us. Thanks for all your comments as well. And I'm sure we will see you either tomorrow night for the review show with Neil, Wednesday for the women's game, Thursday for the men's game, and a double header on Sunday. Wow, what a big Sunday next week's going to be. Incredible. Arsenal, Man City, double header. I can't believe I'm excited for that already. Of course, and we've just beaten Tottenham 1-0. What more do you want on a Sunday lunchtime? Come on, what more do you want on a Sunday? Brilliant stuff. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. Really enjoyed your company. I will see you tomorrow if you're around, or we'll see you Wednesday for the women's game. It's finished here, Tottenham 0, Arsenal 1. North London is red. Of course it's red. It's always been red. It will always be red. Thanks for watching, guys. I will see you tomorrow.